when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they want to come take my...
Yeah. What up, guys? What up, chat? What's going on? Salute to everybody in the building. 4 of us in here right now, but you know, we're going to let everybody carry in. Everybody come in slowly but for surely. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Tank came out tonight, didn't he? And didn't he show out? He definitely showed out tonight. I was excited to see Tank Davis make his presence felt, man. Although questions weren't answered as to why yesterday, he wasn't there. It was good to see that he's focused on his fight and he plans on delivering. Seemed real confident. We could talk about what happened in that press conference. We'll definitely get into that. Hold on here. I'm trying to adjust all this stuff. Running a little late. Everything kind of falling on me, guys. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the likes up as you get into the room. Kind of giving everybody a chance to kind of get in here so we can get this politic. And Ray Davis should be up here soon, too. At some point, he'll be up here. But great press conference. Great press conference. Hold on a second here. Why is this thing moving like that? What up, though, Mr. Big Play? Salute. There we go. Okay, I think I got everything set up. Man, today's press conference was a good press conference, right? Got to see Tank Davis show up. Frank had a second opportunity to go ahead and redeem himself in the last press conference that he had. I don't know if he necessarily did that, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie. I think Tank kind of took control of that again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Ray Davis feels about it. Ray's in the building. Salute, Ray. How you doing this evening?
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
A lot of people are saying that, though. They said he took control. I don't know, man. Tank does this every promotional event. So, I mean, he did promote. I'll give you that. He did try to steal the other side's thunder. He went at all Earl and Frank. I don't think he stole the show, though. I think they both made their presence felt.
Yeah, man. Well, look, man, I'll be honest with you to say that Frank wasn't as bad as last time. He you know what I mean? He seemed like he was a little bit more ready to deal with the pressure that Tank was going to bring his way. But, Tank just getting out the seat, kind of pressing Frank at times, walking up on him, and Frank kind of sitting there, kind of caught off guard. Like, what does this dude plan on doing? Constantly as the announcer was speaking, constantly interacting with Frank, constantly having something to say to him, constantly, pulling Frank into the web of trying to outdo him on the stage. I thought Tank was just in his element, man. And like I said in the video I put out earlier, clearly Frank is not in his element. You know what I'm saying? When he's in those situations, he's not used to promoting that way, which is nothing wrong with that. He's a humble dude. He stays to himself. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's honorable. But in that setting, aesthetically, you know what I'm saying? It just looks a certain way. Tank whole team was trying to intimidate him. He held his own. No doubt. What's happening, Jay Cash and Money Man? Yeah, I think Frank held his own. I don't think he got punked out or anything like that. But like I said, you could see that Tank was in his element. You know what I'm saying? Tank was in his world. He was loving every minute of it. He was getting the attention he wanted. When he wanted Frank's attention, he got Frank's attention. When he wanted Frank to listen to him, Frank would listen to him. Like, even when Frank went up on the podium to kind of speak his mind, you know what I mean? He was just like poking at him, like, hey, he kind of touched his hand, and Frank like, what the hell are you touching me for? You're like, nah, man, I just wanted to say something to you. I don't know what I wish I knew what all those interactions were, like what was being said in all those little interactions. You know what I mean? But Tank was just in his element, man. I was entertained. I think Frank did okay though. Frank, Frank did okay. He did okay. You know what I'm saying? He did okay. JR Spock said, I appreciate Frank's demeanor. No doubt. I appreciate his coolness, but I don't know if he had the answers. Right? If that makes any sense. He didn't have the answers. You know? Like when Tank said, yo, you sparring, you know what I'm saying? Your sparring partners is trash. I know all of them. Your last one was an MMA fighter. He didn't say, no, it wasn't, or yes, it was, or this guy, you know, he just kind of was like, yeah, you're right, exactly. All right, yeah, you're right, exactly. I don't know. I think he tried to give him the rope to hang himself, but I think Tank just wasn't going to hang himself on that stage. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Right. I
agree.
So,
he definitely took advantage of the moment. I'll give you that.
Right. Exactly. He definitely took advantage of the moment. But things were set up there. You know what I mean? Errol Spence was kind of put on blast. He also got in Errol Spence's head a little bit as well. Right? Spoke to Errol Spence, let Errol know, like, you're up here to get the bag. We all know what you're here for. You don't believe none of this nonsense. You know, it's kind of like had Errol feeling some kind of way where Errol had to respond like, boy, you talk too much. And then you saw Tank react to it and start laughing and said, but I could back it up, though. He was like, I got him. Look at him. I got him. You know, all these little moments, Tank was having these little small victories on the stage and Calvin Ford just sitting there shaking his head, laughing like, you guys are going to keep feeding into this dude. You don't know this dude could do this all night. Like all night long, this dude could do this. Mr. Big Play say Frank should be himself. The answers will be on Saturday. 100%, Mr. Big Play.
I think he was. I think he just got drawn in. I think in my opinion, Tank is such a great executioner of delivering verbal beatdowns and the pressers. That Frank was like, last time I looked dull. I'm not going to look dull. And I think he fed into that a little too much. I think he's showing us, look, I'm not afraid, but we don't need to know if he's not afraid. What J.R. Spock just said is perfect. Just stay back in that cool slate. And I think he started with that because he was like, yeah, you right. Yeah, you right. You know what I mean? Then he went from that to back and forth with calling each other the kitty cat. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It went off the chain a little bit there, bro. And I understand. I get it.
Listen, man, it's selling the fight. It's part of the mental part of the mental warfare of the fight. You know, boxing's always been that way. Obviously, we can tap back into the Muhammad Ali days when Muhammad Ali would harass his opponents into like straight up fits of insanity. You know what I'm saying? That's what he prided himself on being able to do to win the fight before you even got in the ring. So Tank was definitely tapping into that bag to be that guy, right? So, and he did it, man. He sold it, man. Questions weren't answered, though, as to what happened to him yesterday, right? In my opinion, it kind of looked like they kind of controlled the press conference, right? It looked like on purpose. I don't know. Is it me, or do they normally allow people, the press, to kind of get some questions in? Or is that not at the pre-fight? Or maybe, I don't know. I know definitely at the post, obviously, but in the pre-fight, they don't let them speak to him?
I'm pretty sure there was some there was 1 second.
Okay, this you got to pull off. Okay, well, let me see. Mr. Big Play Bray said some people you can out-talk. Tank one of them. You can't out-talk them. That's right. So whatever Frank said, people was going to say something. You're right, Mr. Big Play. You are right, man. At the end of the day, that's the truth. You know, this was just, like I said, this is a space that Frank just wasn't going to excel in. This is not who he is. I think if you'd have tried to win it, he would have looked worse. You know, you're trying to play a game that's not your game. So that's not the game he was supposed to play. I just, there was a point to what Tank was doing, though. And the question is, did that mission get accomplished? Did he sway? Did he throw Frank Martin off at all in that press conference? What do you think, Ray? Like, did he throw him off at all, or was it just?
I think he got to, like I said, I think he started throwing him off with the whole sparring, talking about his sparring partners. and talking about how he's a kitty cat. Like soon as he called him a, you know what I mean, PUSSY, bro. That's when Frank kind of really went at, you know what I mean, got off topic.
Right.
Hold his own.
Like, you a pussy. He started saying it back to him and trying to, like, you know what I mean? Kind of went to schoolyard tactics at that point.
Right.
Listen, what I walked away with after seeing that press conference is Tank is on his game. Not just what he was talking about, but you could see that he's excited. His body language was like, yo, bro, I plan on doing all kind of things inside of that ring. You know what I'm saying? I really want to show. He looked like he has a purpose. Like, he wants to show the world, show whoever, maybe he's haters, maybe the people who he feel like are doubting him. Like, he really wants to show out in this fight. Calvin was very happy with the Tank that he had on the stage. Very happy with the Tank that he had on that stage. He was very happy. He thought that was it was almost like, yes, this is the Tank I've always wanted to be out here. They even referred to how he was so humble back in the day, right? Like, back in the day, you didn't see Tank doing this. He was like a mute, like he wouldn't say nothing. And then, you know, Tank had to throw his shot at Floyd, right? And let it be known, right? That's because Floyd was talking too much. You know what I'm saying? And Calvin tried to ignore it and kind of continue what he was saying. But ultimately, Calvin was very excited for the Tank he had on that stage. Seemed to be very excited about the Tank he had during the training camp as well. Very excited about the Tank he was seeing training and working, and the way he was working. Was very happy with that. He even referred to the Ramadan, seeing him after Ramadan, and people were a little bit concerned actually because he had lost so much weight from fasting, and he seemed to have a different mindset, and they didn't know how to call it. And the patience he had to wait to kind of see Tank come in his own, but he seems very happy with the finished product. How did you feel Derek James, the Errol Spence, and the Frank Martin side of the table were reacted?
One, I think it was odd that Earl and Derek were sitting next to each other at one point, and then I think when Derek got up, he mentioned something to Frank's father, and they kind of looked like they switched seats or whatever. So it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But as far as it looked, I think it looked healthy, man. I think they look like, you know what, this guy they're probably prepping for it. Like, look, it's a press conference. They're gonna get up here. They're gonna try to talk that talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Don't fall for the bait. Okay, you fell for the bait. Okay, don't go no further. Or you went further. You know what? Just go ahead and do what you got to do. Because now he's coming at us. You know what? When you get in that ring, do it. Like, I think their mentality was, we believe in our fighter, and they showed it. You know what I mean? In the day.
Right. Derek seemed to want to focus on salute. Beast LFC was good, man. Was good. You know, we building. I think Derek wanted to make sure, like, even there was a point where Frank was oversharing with Tank, it seemed like, from Derek James' point of view, and he kind of grabbed him by his sleeve a little bit, like, hey man, stop feeding into what that man is saying. He didn't really want that. So I think Derek, I ain't gonna lie to you, it seems like Derek is very focused on the discipline and the focus on this fight. He wants Frank to stay here with him. He doesn't want Tank to get caught up in. He seems like he has a little bit of nerves about Frank potentially leaving the strategy, leaving the game plan. He kept referring to staying to the game plan and being disciplined was going to be key in winning this fight. You know what I mean? Sticking with the strategy that they already came up with going into that fight, being disciplined to that strategy and seeing that strategy through to see the result that he wants to see. And I'm not going to lie to you, I agree with Derek when it comes to that. I think the second half of this fight is going to be very, very it's going to be profound. You know what I mean? That it's going to be very important that Frank doesn't stray away, because I've seen Frank in the second half of the fight kind of get away from Derek James a little bit. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. Like kind of jump into his own bag, doing what he wants to do a little bit going into the fight. And I think those are the rounds that are going to be super important. It's very similar to like when Jermaine Ortiz and Tio fought, those last rounds where Jermaine kind of like did the same thing he did when he fought against Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he had like a cut on his head and he had kind of a reason to say evasive, but it was like, man, no, those are the rounds we need you to win. Like, you got to make sure you take those rounds down. If you don't take those rounds down, this dude could steal this fight from you, which he did ultimately. You know what I'm saying? So
I disagree there, Clay. I
what do you disagree about?
I think he pressed. I think he showed more punches in the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Now
I think he took off.
Now, was he? I think he threw more punches because it looked like they got tied up more, and Teal was pressing more, so he had no choice because he kept hitting Teal when he came in. But that's a story from another day. But right. I understand what you mean.
Yeah, Frank's gonna have to make sure those last rounds that he's staying disciplined, whether he's ahead or whether, and if he's down, worst case scenario. Also, even more importantly, listening to Derek James for the game plan that's going to get him out of that situation. Coaching is going to make a big deal in this fight. Coach Calvin been throwing shots at Derek James. I think Derek is trying to prove something. I agree, Mr. Big Play Bray. I think Calvin. Listen, man, I don't think there's no secrets. You know what I mean? I think there's some respect up there without a doubt. There is respect up there, but at the same time, it's limited, right? We are competing. My fight against your fighter. What I've trained against what you've trained. I know you know me. There's got to be some kind of competitive spirit going on there between Derek and Calvin. This is Derek James' opportunity to, kind of like send his, carry that momentum, keep that momentum going from the results he got from the Ryan Garcia fight. See that happening with Frank Martin against a great coach and a great fighter such as Gervonta Tank Davis. I couldn't believe that Derek James isn't seeing the opportunity that's in front of him as well. And he must be wanting this fight to go a certain way as well, right? What do you think?
Right. I agree. And I also believe that that Derek James doesn't feel that the fight needs to be more than what it needs to be. He said the game plan, the backup plan, he's ready to get it in, and he's ready to follow the plans, whatever it may be. Whereas Calvin's like, look, I need somebody to come in here, beat up my boxer so I can see what he got.
Or show.
Right. Nobody showed me what he can do.
Right.
And this is the guy that's going to do it. And what's up, Chad Ross? But that's what I was saying to you a long time ago. I said I want to see the adversity of Tank. Like, have we seen the adversity of him? Never. We've never seen that.
A little bit in Isak with the broken hand.
No, that was still not adversity. Yeah, he outboxed him. That's not adversity. I'm talking about literally somebody putting him on the floor, someone hitting him with some shots, making him think like, yo, what am I going to do? Like, recalibrate his thoughts. Has anybody ever done that? No. That's what I'm saying. So that's what Coach Calvin is asking for. Push his buttons, bro. Come in here. I know you're the guy to do it. We know you the guy. He building him up for it. Now, whether that's a play on getting this dude to believe that he can beat Tank, and his coaches tell him, yo, you got what it take. And he go in there and Tank, you like, yeah, go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing, Tank. Just drop him. Here you go. He's a fool. He fell for it. You know what I mean? I don't know what the strategy was, but yo, I believe that this is the time for to show the adversity for Tank. I think this might be the fight to do it.
Right. Mental warfare, right? That's definitely part of it. Tone Dev says that strategic trap taking. I want to say you're saying talking. Right. So I agree, right? Like, there's 2 parts of it. Number one, as a fan, I'm feeling what Calvin is saying, right? Like, please push those buttons, attack this dude. Don't attack this dude. Make him figure stuff out. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Tank Davis reacting and dealing with adversity. And then there's this other part where Calvin is trying to sell it like he wants to see it as well, but he might not be trying to see it. He might also be trying to bait Frank Martin into like being overcommitted, attacking too much, giving Tank what he's always, I don't want to say always needed. But what he's always gotten, what he's always wanted, which is attack me so I can go ahead and use your aggression against you and ultimately trap you into something that I could walk you into and get the stoppage, right? So Frank, and I think that's why, there's a part of it where Derek James is like, fuck what they saying, bros. Fuck listen to what they saying. I don't know if we're going to push those buttons or if we're not going to push those buttons. What we're going to do is win, though. You feel me? We might not push no buttons. This might be a boring fight if you guys don't take that step forward to make this fight what you guys wanted to be, we ain't gonna give you the fight that you want. You know, Calvin, you asking for this fight, this kind of fight that you want. We're not here to facilitate or give you the fight that you want. We're here to win this fight. And I think that's important for Derek. I hope that Derek James and Frank Martin and the whole team is on that and understand that. Listen, bro, they're asking you for what they want. Don't never get it twisted. It's kind of like when the cops are questioning you. They're not trying to help you, bro. They trying to put you in jail, dog. Don't get caught up. Right. They're not your friends. They're not here to help you, dog. You know what I'm saying? You keep listening to them and talking to them like these niggas is trying to help you. You're going to end up doing a 15-year bid. I'm going to need you to pull your head out your ass and remain silent and ask for your lawyer, bro, and focus on not going to jail or not being in prison for the rest of your life. And it's the same thing with Frank and Derek, right? Fuck pushing his buttons. Nobody care about his buttons. Let him figure out how to get his own buttons pushed. I need you to stick to the game plan. And we ain't pushing no buttons. We taking rounds, and we're going to hopefully get a stoppage. But worst case scenario, a unanimous or a split decision to walk away with being the first people to beat Tank Davis. Let me see. Sony Augustine says, "I don't trust that Derek James game plan for Frank Claymore." Okay. I mean, I hear you, man. J.R. Spock says Frank would have a better chance with a trainer like Ben Davidson. Listen. Y'all don't even want to start me on this topic because I was talking about Derek James after the Errol Spence fight. After the Errol Spence fight, I was talking about Derek James, and I questioned as to whether or not he's able to train different ways. Is he able to evolve with the game and become diversified in his approaches and have different strategies for different fighters to get different results? I haven't seen that yet, right? So far we've seen him with Errol Spence walk forward, and that just worked right for Terrence Crawford, and he was able to take advantage of that. Then you see him go with Jamel Charlo. Jamel just, in my opinion, didn't listen to Derek. Completely worked out something with Juan Guzman. You know what I'm saying? That Derek James wasn't aware of. It looked like Derek James was in the dark about what they planned on doing in that fight. Then he got Ryan Garcia, walk forward, right? Then Ryan Garcia fought Devin Haney. We saw how that ended up happening because Devin was actually walking forward in that one. So I haven't seen him really, even with Anthony Joshua, it was just like back to the basics. So the basics, you're going to need more than the basics to win this fight. You're going to need more of the basics to win this fight. Exactly, son, Augustine. You need to see adjustments. Adjustments are going to be part of this fight. Frank Martin's going to have to adjust and be able to adjust, and Derek is going to have to be able to adjust. If Frank is looking to Derek for the leadership, Derek is going to have to adjust. Can he do that?
In Derek's defense, he did tell Earl to get out of there, use the jab, stay to the outside, turn his left. Also told Frank with Artyom to do multiple things. Frank didn't start listening to Derek till like the 8th round.
Right.
When he told him he was losing, then he basically started listening to Derek. So Derek has made adjustments. Now, have they been successful always? No, because he went from undefeated fighters to two fighters losing in the same year after being coach of the year or manager of the year, whatever, trainer of the year. So you got to be fair and say, look, fighters got too big for him. I don't think Frank is too big for him. I think Frank was just going through the whole spiral thing with Earl and Derek at that time with the Artyom fight. I think that just happened to be like playing a part. And then once he dialed down and got into the fix of things and realized that he had to win that fight, he dug deep.
Right. I can hear Frank, Derek saying things in the corner, but I'm gonna tell you something about habits. Habits expose what you do most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And the question is, although you're saying that to your fighter in the corner, what are you guys doing during training camp? Are you guys preparing for these scenarios to where your fighter's comfortable with doing something that you guys have been training on, or is it different? Is it not been practiced enough to where he's comfortable enough to execute that game plan? Sometimes what you see in the corner represents what Derek might want to adjust on the last minute. But the question is, are you training your fighter during the camp in case these scenarios come up? Or are you overconfident in your fighter's ability to execute the game plan. And like with Errol Spence, like, you know, every time they talked to Derek James about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, it was always like, what kind of adjustments? There was a lot of questions coming at Derek James about adjustments happening. And he kept on pushing, listen, man, he ain't going to be able to withstand the pressure. He just can't withstand the pressure. He never really was entertaining the adjustments in the interviews. You know what I'm saying? He was very confident in what his fighters brought to the table. So if he's not preparing them for that before the fight, what are we expecting to happen during the fight?
See that right there? I believe that.
Ryan's a
definitely
mole.
Believe that. Yep. I'm gonna tell you where that came from, and I was actually going to tap in on that. A lot of the stuff that Ryan got from that camp, Tank got from that camp was from Ryan. After the fight, Tank put on the Twitter. How ironic. Ryan, you got my number, bro. Call me. You my new boy now, right? Think about
Orlando. Yeah.
Who was there, bro? Like, who was in the camp with him at the time? Like, just getting his camp started, training for it. Who's Ryan? What information can he get from Ryan? And you heard the little spat that Frank and Ryan had in between that time frame, so we know something didn't go right. Now it wasn't exposed. But I think he wanted something. I think there was some leakage from Ryan on what's going on, what sticks right, what gives this, because Tank definitely knows something. I don't know what he knows, but he knows something.
He always knows something. He was saying even in the press, he was saying something.
He knows the sparring partners and what he's working on. Like,
he knew about scars and issues with his eye. Like, I heard about the eye. Like,
But where do you think that came from?
Well, I think him and Ryan Garcia were kind of at odds early, like closer to the beginning of the camp. Frank Martin and Ryan Garcia were at odds, so I don't think they were going to allow Ryan Garcia to be in there like that. But I'll tell you this: I don't think it's above Ryan Garcia at all to do exactly what you're saying. I listen, bro. When it comes to honor and integrity, I don't give that dude no type of respect when it comes to that. I got no problem believing, and I have no problem seeing Ryan Garcia talking to Gervonta Tank Davis like, fuck Frank Martin. This is what you got to do. This is what I've seen. This is what I know about. Without a doubt, you know what I mean? I think Ryan Garcia is scarred from his experience with Gervonta Tank Davis, and I think he said fuck the whole world after that fight. Like, after he had that mole in his camp, and he felt like Floyd told him, we paid people in your camp to give us information. He's taking that personal, and anybody can get it. So I can and he has smoke with Errol Spence, clearly. So
what was the other part that you was missing though? What did Ryan do? Ryan said shit, man, I don't went brain dead. But Ryan was saying that he was about Frank. What the hell did he say about Frank? I'm gonna come back to this because I really just had a brain dead moment right now. My bad.
No doubt.
Orlando, don't try to make me laugh tonight, dog.
T. Orlando, yeah.
Not today.
Spence will hurt Ryan. Oh yeah. Ryan don't want to do that. I heard Errol Spence responded a little bit. I'm looking at you.
I know what I was gonna say. What do you think Frank Tank got the whole body shot notion from in the first person? First person. Say it again? Where he's like, yo, I know you weak to the body. Where do you think he got that from? He got that shit from Ryan. That's what I was gonna say.
Maybe, or maybe from the sparring. Who knows? But listen, at the end of the day, you got to factor all that stuff in. I'm sure that Frank factored that in. If Ryan if Ryan was exposed to any information about him, you should just assume Tank knows about it through him with no shock. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, Chris Brooks.
Salute, Chris. Salute. Salute, King. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you have to expect everything. Your game plan for a Tank Davis, the big thing for Derek James is going to be adjustments for this fight, guys. It's going to be adjustments. He's going to have to adjust in this fight. Tank is going to show something, and Frank had better be ready to adjust to what Tank is showing him. And if he can't do that, it's going to end up the same way the Terrence Crawford and the Errol Spence fight went. The inability to adjust is going to end up in the downfall of this dude, and that could end up in him getting beat down really bad, either stopped or needed to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? because I know Tank is, listen, you got to give him his respect. If you don't have your A game, he'll take advantage of that and he'll beat a demon out you, bro. He'll exercise a demon out you, bro. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see how that fight comes along. I agree with, I can't remember who said it before, but yeah, Derek James, Calvin Ford definitely have a competition going on, as well as Frank Martin and Tank Davis have a competition going on. Do you think if Frank gets dominated and just gets stopped, let's say by round 4, he gets sat down, he can't get back up, is this horrible for Derek James?
Nope. I think Derek James is ready to call it quits anyway. I think he already stated he about to retire. So if it happens, you know what? Just push it. He just gets into retirement faster. He's just like, yo, you know what? I got what I needed to do. I got my fighters to elite levels. They all fought for championships. Guess what? I'm done here. You know what I mean?
Damn, that doesn't sound good to me for Frank Martin. I don't
think he closes doors to retire completely. What I think is he retires, he gets rid of all the stable guys that he has. He starts something new, maybe with somebody new, somebody younger, and just builds up from there. I think he just quietly does it. I think that's the way he does it. Or he just runs his gym. He opens up his gym to public, and he just lets people start renting the gym out. He starts training kids.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, mentally, when people are thinking about stuff like that and already have game plans like that and already understand what their outro is going to be, if they've already entertained results being a certain way and how they're going to handle the results, sometimes mentally you walk out already. Mentally, you've kind of stepped away already. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's not that doesn't make me very excited about how that's going to benefit Frank Martin in this fight. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't like the sound of that for Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? That Derek James would take this loss on the chin and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to step off anyway. I plan on retiring. I'm not going to work with Ryan Garcia no more because he's mentally just not there. That's too difficult to work with him. All my other fighters gone. Errol is gone. I'm in the middle of a lawsuit to get some money from Errol. What other fighters is he working with? You're right. At the end of the day, he might be looking at this like, to get the leftovers, the last bit of the best of Derek James. What a horrible timing and a horrible space for Frank Martin to be in.
Right, exactly.
Horrible space for him to be in.
But
I feel like Ray's calling this whole Derek James situation correctly. Wow, JR. You agree with it, JR? That's not good with JR. Isn't that bad for Frank?
Not really, because I think deep down inside, listen, I'm going to tell you why. There's another side to this. If Derek does get this title fight, right, what does he do? He feels like he's on top of the world again. Maybe he feels like he can, accomplish more and go further with Frank than he did with other fighters.
Right.
Maybe he sticks around a year, you know what I mean? And retires on top. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's always a dark side, and there's also some shining light. You know what I mean? Right. You just got to figure out which side you're going to, Clay, at the end of the day. What's up, Freaking Fire?
Salute, Frequent Sonny. Derek James was acting very arrogant before the Spence and Bud fight. That is real. He looked like he kind of wanted to fight. He was very angry and motivated. That fight really showed his flaws as a trainer. Sonny, wow. Oh, Sonny Augustine. I feel like this is a sinking ship. Man, JR Spock. Man, this is the more we talk about this, the worse the news gets for Frank Martin, guys. The worse it gets for Frank Martin, bro. It's just not working out for Frank Martin, bro. Like, I don't got nothing against Frank Martin. I want to see him do well. I think he's a great fighter, but I think without a doubt, in my opinion, that, Tank Davis for me in the beginning was always kind of out of his league a little bit. It wasn't until the fight got made that I started to be like, all right, well, Frank ain't no pushover. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can do this, but I would have never tried to line Frank Martin up with Tank. I wanted to see him against Shakur, or I thought he needed that fight to kind of put him in the conversation. Shakur was an opportunity to kind of gauge who he was and who he's going to be in the 135-pound weight class division, or even him and Keyshawn Davis. Those are the kind of fights that I was kind of like picturing in my mind happening. I don't think I ever really put him against Tank Davis this early in his career. And that's why I know he wanted it, but me personally, I didn't match him up with this fight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do that. I felt like Keyshawn. I felt like Shakur Stevens. I felt like Edwin De Los Santos. I felt like these are the fights I wanted to see him kind of get involved in. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis wasn't who I was looking at for him, but when Tank went ahead and made up the fight, and I think a lot of people called him a cherry pick based off of that. You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
Tank, because even Tank, salute, East Side Easy,
Easy.
what's good, family? Salute Ryan Frazier, salute. Derek had Ryan Garcia ready for Dev all through that craziness. Yeah, but kind of like what Ryan Garcia did worked for him, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what the way Devin came at him.
Right. I was
Ryan
gonna say it's more Devin walking into the freaking fire than
it wasn't Derek James really like, yo, he had the game plan and he really showed
right,
how, I mean.
Right. That dude was flat-footed and had 3 shots. He hit all 3 of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Champ Ross Fantasy Boxing said lots of outside stuff going on for both guys. Let's hope the fight is fireworks. I think it's definitely
so. I think so.
Yeah.
Right? Yep, I agree with that. I think it will be.
Yeah. JR Spock said, I really had a lot of big hopes of Frank Martin, but this is a bit too much. Man, shout out to the chat tonight. Thank you guys for
I like that. Yeah, the interaction is fire right now, bro.
The interaction is real good tonight, man. You guys are really doing a good job. And just kind of to respond to what Champ Ross said about a lot of outside stuff going on for both guys, I agree with you, but I think Tank's outside stuff seems to be like motivating him and kind of like pushing him to have a big night for himself. Frank's outside stuff seems like it's horrible timing. His manager and Errol Spence is beefing with his trainer and Derek James. Derek James may be on his way out the door, kind of looking at retirement. You know what I'm saying? Him getting pushed this fast into this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like bad timing for Frank Martin a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of getting rushed into something. And let's remember, like, before this fight got put together, there were rumors, just rumors, I'm sure, going around that Frank Martin was entertaining potentially heading to his old trainer. Like, he was seeing the writing on the wall between him and Errol. He probably was seeing the writing on the wall as far as like Derek James having too many people in the stable. He was seeing some things moving funny in the gym, and there was rumors going around that he was kind of starting to kind of like make a spot for himself just in case. They interviewed Frank Martin's trainer, his amateur trainer, today. There was an interview with him on Fight Hype, and you know, there were questions asked about why he wasn't the trainer, and the trainer was humble about it and said, "Nah, man, this was the right move. This was the right thing for Frank to do. I'm comfortable with Derek. I think Derek and Frank can put something together to win this fight." But then that dude came to the fight and had his own fighter with him, and his fighter was like, "Nah, this is the best coach in the world right here. This is the best coach in the world." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It doesn't look good for Frank Martin right now.
You remember you always talk about Derek James not having enough coaches around him?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's rumors also that his former coach came into play and worked with Derek James and Frank Martin on certain things too, to keep old and new together.
Right.
That's what was stated. Like I said, there's rumorville everywhere. So hopefully that's what it is. Clay, you kind of looked at the Frank like it was for Tank. He got thrown into the fight with Pedraza. Do we got that video, by the way?
Hold on a second. Wait a second. Frank will fire Derek James if he loses. Let me just kind of catch up. I want to get to freaking fly, but I just want to make sure once I go. Agree, Claymore, Devin versus Ryan fight was Devin giving up all his tool belt and putting them in Ryan's hands for sure, Mr. Jannard Hill. Ryan Frazier said nah, but he kept Ryan focused. If you hear 100%, the Charlo fight was also telling when James was asking for more and Charlo just wouldn't pull the trigger. 100%, Ryan. I agree with you. I think the corner work that Derek James did with Ryan Garcia was good. I loved it. I loved the way he checked everybody, the way he put Henry Garcia in his place and put the other and just shut everybody down and took control of that corner. Great corner work from him in that fight, man. Something to work from. Hopefully he grabs that, keeps that same energy with Frank in this fight. I think with Frank, he has a way more disciplined fighter than Ryan Garcia as well. So, that's a good thing for Derek because Derek really needs that discipline. But once again, this is going to be the test for him. I don't think he was properly tested to see his coaching really manifest into something that I would put against Calvin Ford and Tank Davis team. You know what I'm saying? Saturday night, he'll get a chance to answer a lot of those questions. So Sonny said Frank will fire. Yeah, okay. And then Frequent say, Clay, you can kind of look at this for Frank like it was for Tank when he got thrown into a fight with Pedraza by Floyd. I can go with that to a degree, except for the fact that Tank went in with his damn near father in Calvin Ford. You know what I'm saying? Like he really, we got to remember that Frank Martin came into the game late, right? He came into boxing at 15, 16 years old. And then the guy who actually trained him at that point to get him where he's at, he left him after Errol signed him, and he went to Derrick James. So him and Derrick James, Derrick James wasn't even Frank Martin's coach when Frank Martin had that big fight with Tank Davis in that spar match. He wasn't even the coach then. That was like 4 years ago. Think about that. Like 4 or 5 years ago, right? Like 4 years ago. That's what Frank said though. He said the spar match was about 4+ years ago, about 4 years ago. So Derrick James has already said he wasn't the coach for that, so he doesn't care nothing about that spar match. He said I wasn't in his corner then, so I don't give a fuck what happened in that damn spar match. That's what Derrick said. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they don't have that relationship that Calvin Ford had with Tank Davis, raising that young bull from 7 years old in his boxing game. You heard? That's a whole different energy. So yeah, when Tank went into that fight against Pedraza, that was putting Tank in a big show and putting him in a big fight out of nowhere. But at the same time, I could see why Tank would have been a little more confident going into that fight. I don't think Frank Martin and Derrick have built that type of symbiotic relationship to go into, these fights like that yet. Or they'll get a chance to show and prove Saturday night for sure. How about that?
Right. Let's not counter chickens before they hatch, as they say.
Exactly. 100%, man. Tone deaf. Derrick has changed and has become aggressive in his approach. Did he change tone deaf? Oh, he always been aggressive. I mean, he took Jermell Charlo from like boxer into like knocking everybody out. Like he's kind of been known to like turn his fighters into like punchers and be aggressive.
And I told you, Earl had an Olympic style fight. He didn't box like that. But he was and it's crazy because Earl used to train with a lot of trainers, especially for the Olympics. He was training with Sean Porter's father, and also I think Calvin too. I think he coached. Okay. He trained with Calvin sometime on some of the things. But when he really settled down and got back into the gym, because Derrick James took him all the way up, that's when he really got to the aggressive part of Earl. You didn't have that in the beginning, so I mean, it could be. I think you're right, Clay, on this one. I think he's always been like the aggressive type. And if you actually look, you can actually find YouTube clips of Derrick James when he was a light heavyweight fighting.
Right.
Similar style.
No doubt. Ryan Frazier says these opportunities don't come very often in boxing. That's why I'm not at Rio for taking the Cruz fight and ditching the De Los Santos rematch. 100%, Ryan Frazier. That was a great scenario you just pulled up on both sides, right? Like as far as Frank Martin having to take this opportunity that was in front of him, 100%, especially when you compound that with the idea that he already missed an opportunity, quote unquote, with Shakur Stevens, right? By not taking that fight, and that fight being a fight that could have, catapulted him up to where he wanted to be in the 135-pound division. How would he have even looked to walk away from an opportunity to get a payday and fight somebody like Tank Davis, even if his team wouldn't have put that fight together themselves? Like they probably weren't looking for that fight, even though Frank was saying he was. But you talk the right way, but if you're not ready, you're not ready. Now, if Frank feels like he's genuinely ready, then, man, look, God bless him. I can't wait to see this fight. If he has an upset, he's going to get all the respect in the world from me. That's a fact. But, we'll be able to look back at it if he wins this and be like, damn, he did it. We might have to be like, damn, but he did it against all odds. That makes it even a better victory because he had some things not working for him. What Frequent saying?
He either said you kind of meant or he means he meant. It's one or the other.
I kind of meant the stuff outside the ring. Tank and Floyd were beefing, remember? He thought Floyd was trying to get him beat with the Pedraza fight. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if that's necessarily, Floyd and fucking Tank got some weird shit going on the way they fucking deal with each other.
It's like Diddy and Mace, bro.
Right, you just don't know. You just I don't know if it's like Diddy Mays. I was kind of fucked up, but I don't know. Maybe you're right, Frequent. Maybe I don't know. Maybe, man. Here for Boxing says Tank is a clown, man. I'm not entertained by his antics at all. I was entertained.
I was, but I just thought. I think I'm the same way. I was like, yo, he's just showing off.
He was talking that shit. He was talking that shit today, bro. Listen, man, I like that kind of shit, man. He was talking that shit. Frank wasn't necessarily, Frank was out of his element, without a doubt. Frank not ready. K5 said Frank is not ready. I question it, K5. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm not going to put that jacket on him and say he's not ready, but I'm not going to act like I don't understand where you're coming from with your statement either, brother. I'm not going to act like I don't, man.
What makes you say that?
What makes who say that?
Him.
K5?
Tone deaf. Oh, K5. Sorry.
Oh,
K5. Yeah,
Frank not ready?
Yeah.
This body language, it just seemed like Tank is just levels above him on the IQ of how to deal with these big fights.
I'm going to put it this way. The stage is big for Tank. He's never been to that stage. Frank, excuse me. Correction. Mm-hmm. And I think the energy of nerves do play a part because you got excitement, right? You got you got a lot of things going on. Your emotions is just starting to clash. And you know what? You got the butterflies in his stomach. He's face to face with this dude. The fight's about to happen. It's getting closer. Antsy. He's ready. But then he's like, yo, I can't wait. We didn't see bad nerves yet until he goes to step in that ring. And then he's like, yo, what if this guy does this? What if this? That's when you'll find out if he's ready. This here is just like, I'm going to the prom nerves. Like, I hope I don't spill nothing on the girl dress type thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is like cautious nerves. This ain't nothing crazy. Bro.
It's nothing crazy, Ray, but I gotta say this, right? And you let me know if you agree or not. I didn't see nothing in there that said Frank was ready.
Listen, I do. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that.
Okay.
I think Frank is showing that he's ready since he's with his records. You know what I mean? Of course, he ain't fighting. Everybody gonna say he ain't fighting nobody. McGee didn't fight nobody, but he said he was ready for Canelo. So what's the difference? This dude's proven himself in the ring. You know what I mean? He came out there. He's got good footwork. You know what I mean? He's boxed. He's got some knockouts. It's not like he's a dance partner that people are not excited about.
Right.
The whole point of Frank being there is, and whether he's there by accident or not, or what Calvin said, he's something in the grass. He was just between the grass, whatever. But yo, everybody wanted the slick black fighter, aka the American fighter, black fighter. Right. Nobody wanted to hear the Dominican fighter. Nobody wanted the Puerto Rican fighter. Nobody wanted the Mexican fighter. Nobody wanted the European fighter. They wanted the inner city, or as Tank would say, suburban black fighter. That's what they wanted. And guess what? He got it. So now this brings up the question again. Was Calvin right saying this is going to be a fight? This is what's going to happen? Is he hyping Frank up? Or is he telling Frank, like, yo, I know you got what it takes to make my little, what do you call him? His young one, right? Yeah, my youngin'. Make my youngin', you know what I mean, come out here and step up. Okay, listen. Michelle Rivera was, first of all, he was on Clubluterol, and 2, he was a bigger fighter. 3, we're gonna get to 3 too, because Michelle Rivera was also a contender, so he wasn't no slouch. It wasn't like Michelle Rivera was a slouch. Has he lost or had any rounds that he really lost to anybody else after that fight with Frank Martin? Absolutely not. He dominated his last 2 opponents. So, I mean, I get it though.
No doubt. Look, K5 says at the end of the day, you have that dog in you or you don't, no matter the situation. I'm not tucking my tail. And listen, I think Frank Martin checks the box when it comes to that. I think Frank Martin does got that dog in him. I think he proved that to himself. And I think he proved that to Tank too during their sparring match. I think that's already been kind of, and if anything, that's what probably got Tank so focused, that got Tank focused on being prepared. Frank was commenting on that. Like, I know you worked all year. You've been working on this. It looks like you've been working real hard. I know you taking me seriously. And what I love about Tank is that Tank was like, yeah, bro, I have been taking you seriously. You damn right I've been taking you seriously. That's why I'm telling you better not complain on Saturday, because I'm telling you, I took you seriously, bro. I trained because I'm not trying to get caught up in the things that I could get caught up with you, because I could get caught up in certain things with you. You are who you are. We've had our experience together, and I can only assume you've gotten better since our sparring match from 4 years ago. So yeah, dog, I'm taking you seriously. I'm not playing no games with you. Let's see here. Here, Bravox said Frank's just a laid back dude. I understand that. I believe that. Having nerves, tone deaf, having nerves is great. It keeps you focused 100%. Sure. All facts. Here for Boxing said if he was yelling and screaming, everyone would be saying Frank was scared. He's in a lose-lose situation as far as body language and behavior goes. 100%. I think Frank Martin played his position. I think he did what he was supposed to do. I would never see him like, yo, he needed to. No, he did what he was supposed to do, bro. He stayed in his lane. A few times he kind of got out of his lane.
Yeah, he what do you call it? Ring the bell a few times. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I would say about 2 or 3 times. It was like 2 or 3 moments where it was like, come on, you even saw Derek pull him back, like grab him by his sleeve, like I said, like, hey, man, you're doing too much. Stop overindulging in Tank's antics. These are Tank's antics. This is what he's trying to do. You're overindulging. You're laughing with him at certain points. Yeah, don't laugh with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree. Listen, man, Frank did what Frank is supposed to do. I just feel like the press conference kind of made me question whether or not the stage was too big for Frank.
Let me you know what I mean? This is the funny part. Now I've been noticing this too. I'm glad you said that, Ross Clark. Yes, he flinched, but let's put this out there. How many times has somebody or puts his fist on somebody's face? You know what I mean? Even trying to make a mockery of him. Multiple times. Damn near killed Rolly and broke his leg before the fight. So, yeah, people going to take him seriously. You know what I mean? Of course he's going to flinch. He's a boxer. That's his job to react. I mean, if it wasn't, then I'd be worried. You know what I mean? You're supposed to flinch. And he threw his hands right back up. So it wasn't like he was like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Let's keep it funky.
Yeah, I think anybody's going to flinch in that situation. But I do feel like it just aesthetically.
It didn't look good. It didn't look good.
That's all. Exactly. Yeah. And and I think it gave Tank what he wanted. And on those type of like interactions, it's like, although it's like, what did you expect him to do? That's true. But Tank at the same time got to walk away like,
he did.
It was just something he got to have. You know what I mean? It was a little victory he got to have on him. And you'd hope, and I'll believe that Frank's able to shake that off him like, you bitch ass nigga. We're going to see what, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see on Saturday. But if he feels like, yo, that dude kind of annoyed me with that, like, that dude try to play with me, you know what I'm saying? You know how that goes sometimes. Like, yo, this dude try to play with me. And if he goes into this fight, once again, just going back to what we were talking about
mental 20 war, to 30
minutes ago, the 20 to 30 minute ago conversation the mental war, the whole idea of they're smart. They want Frank to fight a certain way, bro. They want that. That's why you'll see Calvin be like, I want you to push those buttons. I want you to. He's trying to, and then, Frank, I'm going to push every single one of them damn buttons. And that made Calvin be like, thank you. Because pushing all those buttons, what that means is you're going to try to attack the living shit out of my youngin'. And my youngin' excels in those situations. That's his best opportunity. He's short. What's difficult for my youngin' is it's the more difficult thing out of other things he could be doing, because he's probably he's probably generally pretty good at everything for the most part. But I would say the most not ideal situation is where Gervonta Tank Davis is having to make up space, attack, make opportunities happening. Being reserved against Tank Davis is probably something Tank Davis is not used to. That's why we all know Shakur Stevens and Tank Davis is probably, I don't say we all, I do. I personally believe that fight's going to be competitive just off the strength that Shakur is not going to do that. Tank is going to have to make things happen, and Shakur is going to get opportunities to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the kind of fighter who's going to fight that way.
I can't. Ross Clyde is funny, man.
What Ross Clyde saying here? Flincher Frankie.
Cobra Kai. Yeah, that was a shout out in that movie.
Let's see here. Tone Death said Frank made Tank get up and approach Frank. The commentator said if Tank is okay to Calvin, I don't know about that part all the way. I know Tank did get up. I don't know if I would say Frank made Tank get up. Is that what happened? I don't know. Let's see here. Salute, Jonathan 97. Salute. Cobra Kai, we got flinches. TY Tank gonna try Shakur chin out for sure. Yeah, but he's gonna have to get to that chin. Shakur ain't gonna give him his chin. You feel what I'm saying? He's gonna have to go get that boy's chin. He's gonna have to make things happen with Shakur to get that chin. You know, Shakur is very defensive. You guys already know what he can do and what he's done. Even with that Edwin De Los Santos crazy shit, that it was still just showing you what he can do. He don't gotta get his chin tested. He can move around, and Tank has to find him. So when you hear Calvin Ford spitting all that shit, I think Derrick James is sitting back like I said earlier. Like, I ain't trying to push nobody's buttons, bro. With your friend, why you ain't gonna push no buttons you ain't gotta push, bro. Like, that ain't what we there to do. We're not there to do nothing that they need us to do for them to get the fight that they want to get. You know, what does that even sound like? If you say it out loud, you know that sounds stupid. Don't sit up in there and do that. You know what I need you to do? I need you to come after me, bro, and show me so I can show the world. Like, they're telling you to your face, bro, the fight that they need in order for them to win. Don't give them that fight. Am I crazy, Ray?
No, you're right. You're 100% strong. Pause before freaking go crazy on that comment. I'm saying your mentality right there is on point. And what you mean by him having to not fall for the gimmicks is he needs to watch out for the tricksters, as my teacher used to say. You know what I mean? Because there's people out there that will manipulate you and get you to fall for the bait. They throw the bait out there, you become the fish, and they reeling your ass in. In this case, they put the hook on you, and that hook won't lay your ass out. So you definitely got to watch out. Now, what's intriguing is that this is a southpaw event. They both southpaws. And believe it or not, Frank's reach is just inside. Is about probably a little longer than Tank's because I don't know, because you know what I mean. And the height is not that much of a difference. You see it.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm telling you, since I watched Tank Davis, he struggles with guys in a similar height. Now, not people shorter, not people taller. Because I think what happens is when you got guys that are punching down, they come to the level of Tank. Mm-hmm. And you got shorter guys. He only fit Pitbull, I think, that was really shorter. Tank was able to outbox him because he could see more things from being a taller fighter. Now, when there's guys closer in size and stature, there's always been some points where they were able to get good shots in on Tank. They were able to absorb more. And now maybe Tank was playing with him. I can't speak for how he was going into those rounds until he said prison rules or whatever the case may be, and he put the killer shot on these people before the backflip off the ropes. But I'm just telling you, I've seen Tank, in my opinion, struggle with more guys closer to his height or get more shots put on him, punches, hard shots, than other fighters that are not his height, that are taller.
Right. If you're gonna say guys like who, Ray?
Like you, frequent flyer. Like you. What do you mean, guys like who? We'll go check his resume. I mean, who we had? We had
you talking about guys who are close to his height who give him issues?
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Gamboa. You had obviously Isak was shorter, but he still gave him issues.
Santa Cruz was a problem. Pedraza was a problem.
Santa Cruz was taller, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's 5'8", same as what's his name? There's a couple. Who was the same? I didn't say anybody was the same size. You don't listen. You be clipping words out.
Anyway.
What do you call it? Remember them chain letters? You cut the words and glue them to the paper.
Salute to everybody in the building. We got 24 people or 26 or 24 people in the chat. Please remember to hit the like buttons for me, please. I appreciate you guys. Let me see here. Who's the same size? JR Spock said Tank is not the boogeyman. He was getting outboxed by Rolly. Damn, Frank needs the pressure and not allow Tank to think. I don't know about that pressure, man. That's what I heard Tiafimo say as well, and I'm not too sure about that pressure, man. It's going to be interesting to see how Frank decides to approach this fight. I've heard Frank speak on that he knows that Tank capitalizes off people being aggressive with him and walking into stuff. So I don't know, I think Frank has noticed that. Salute track box. Oh, Rachel sent her love.
There you go.
Rachel sent her love. Yeah. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. What I am seeing so far makes me a little nervous as we're speaking about it, as we're talking about Derek James's potential future plans, as we are highlighting the relationship that Derek and Errol has had, as we're highlighting Derek James's that we're not seeing the adjustments, that we know Frank is going to have to make in this fight. I'm going to say right now, just from the conversation, I have this more like at a 70-30, 65. What? Yeah, 65-35.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Yeah. I was at 60. I was at like 55, 45 or 60-40. But right now I'm more like between a 65,
favorite
70-30.
Yeah, favorite
And
Frank.
I'm definitely not favoring Frank. I'm not gonna lie. I've never said that, and I don't think I'm gonna say that no time soon. But I'll tell you, I am rooting for Frank. I do want Frank to win. You know what I'm saying? I want Frank to win. I think balance can be put back into the division. Nothing against Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying? But I think if he loses, it just puts everything in perspective, and the division opens up in a positive way for boxing fans. You know what I mean? None of their products can fight on their back foot.
Yeah, I still got this fight closer than what you think.
I know. I already know what you think about this, bro. I know.
I mean, I'll keep it where it is. Like I said, 55-45. I think it's closer than what people think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the style of Frank will pose a potential problem for Tank Davis. Not to mention that he's been out the ring for so long.
Right.
I mean,
right.
That to me, I think is a big. And don't get me wrong, it's only a 3-month difference of them being out the ring, so it's not like
what 100%.
You know what I mean? 100%. It's not like Frank hasn't been out the ring, but the thing is, you had one that was incarcerated, one that was continuously training and looking for fights while he was out. Wait. I don't know what Tank did, what he was allowed to do while he was incarcerated. I don't know what he was doing while he was on house arrest. So some of these things I don't know, but I do know that Frank was constantly training. And the only time he took off is when, it was like a month when he went up to Indiana. He went home. It was November. That's the only time he said he took off. Other than that, he was in the ring. He was in the gym.
He was in the gym. Right. So, sure. Well, hold on a second. Go for it. Said, wait, what you say, Clay? What do you mean what I said? Are you talking about my 65-35, 70-30? Tank Davis leaning towards Tank Davis to win the fight. You talking about that? Oh man, Tone Dev said 52. Tone, you playing? Dan, you just
see. Look,
that man said 52-48 Tank.
I
want Frank to win. All right. Let's see it happen, man. I'm here. I'm rooting for Frank, man. I am rooting for Frank, bro. I'm keeping it 100. But I'm rooting for Frank the way I was rooting for Jaime Munguia when he fought Canelo Alvarez.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm being real, bro. I'm rooting for him the same way I was rooting for Jaime, bro. The same way I was rooting for Jaime, bro. That's how I'm rooting for Frank.
I'm going to put this out there. Since you really want to go there, right? I think I told you this earlier today. I said, look, out of the 2 main events on this day, don't forget, we got another main event over on Top Rank, right? Between the 2 events, one of them champions is going to lose.
Right.
Don't know if it's going to be Tank, or I don't know if it's going to be Matias, but somebody's going to take an L.
Okay.
It's going to be an upset on the card somewhere.
I think can we both agree that's more than likely?
I'm sorry, that's on the Zone. Let me correct myself. The Zone. Let me not give Bob
Can we agree that more than likely that upset comes from Liam Paros with Matias rather than Tank and Frank?
More than likely, yes. Yeah, I agree there. But hey, it's a possibility the stars align and everybody get upset on every.
Yeah. No, Beast, man. I know. Listen, bro, I'm not saying he's going to get obliterated. I hope he don't get obliterated, man. I'm saying that this could be a very competitive fight, probably. Frank shows a lot. Frank can win in this fight in a loss, if that makes any sense. Through a loss, if the fight goes the right way and it's competitive in the right way and he gives Tank the best competition that Tank's ever had, he can walk away as still his stock going up even in the loss. That can happen for
you
Frank in this fight.
You just gave him a moral victory, dog.
No, but I'm just being honest about. I'm just answering Beast LFC saying, do I think Frank is going to get obliterated? No, I don't think he's going to get obliterated. That's not what I believe. I believe if he loses, especially if we're talking about him being stopped, that's something that's going to happen in the later rounds, 8th, 9th round. Him not paying attention to Derek like he's supposed to, or him not making the adjustments he needs to make, and Tank being able to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying?
But I thought he came out of prospect rank. He was no longer prospect after he beat right before his fight with Michelle Rivera. I thought that was his first.
Yeah, I think after the Michelle Rivera fight, I think he left.
That was his first 10-round fight. I thought.
Right. I think for me, you know what I'm saying?
Or maybe the fight prior, but I know that's when they said he came out.
Word, frequent. You know what I'm saying? Wow, maybe David. Hold on a second here. What's going on here? So, yeah, David Benavidez. You think David Benavidez? No, I'm gonna be real with you. The more and more I look into that David Benavidez-Gvozdyk fight, the more I'm pretty sure David's gonna beat the shit out that dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just don't think. I think they got a history. I think Gvozdyk has too much respect for David Benavidez. I think he knows David Benavidez too well. They've had 3 sparring matches from where Gvozdyk's even admitted that David Benavidez beat the dog shit out of him. All 3 of those sparring matches, and David Benavidez was 21 at the time. He's older. He's better. He's more experienced. Gvozdyk is older. On his way out the door probably after this fight. Granted, the only loss he has is against Beterbiev, but still, you know what I'm saying? Styles make fights, and I think the amount of punch output that David Benavidez puts out there is just going to be too much, and probably already been proven to him to be too much for him to deal with. I think David Benavidez just dusts him. I ain't gonna hold you, cleans him up. That's what I think. Okay. Let me see. How many body knockouts does Tank have because the fight because that might be Frank's soft spot. That's what they're saying. But look, I'm hearing people listen. I've heard breakdowns where people are like, listen, man, look out for Tank to like feint a lot to the body just to open up. You might see Tank. That's another thing. Another question. Does Tank start this fight off slow, or does he kind of change it up how Terrence did with Errol, like start early? You know what I mean? Just get on him early and start putting the pressure on Frank and taking advantage of that lack of experience that Frank Martin has and trying to make Frank Martin adjust early instead of allowing him to win early rounds, build confidence, and you know what I'm saying? Build confidence and fight a certain way in the second half. What if Tank just kind of like turns the pressure up early in the fight just to test Frank's ability to adjust early, right?
Right.
All right, we don't know. RC, what's good, family? Salute, RC.
Yo, smash that like button when y'all get in the building, man. For real.
Guys, we're working towards it, man. We're working towards it, bro. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you guys being in the building tonight. Let me see here. Ryan Frazier, I feel like Tank has the same feat that Canelo does on the scoreboard. Okay. That was in our conversation anyway. That was private. Let's see here. What's going on here? What am I missing here? Tank doesn't have a jump on the opponent's style. He's methodical. But that's the listen, Andrew. That's kind of part of the whole thing, right? Like Calvin says, Tank can do everything. You know what I mean? Tank hasn't shown us what he can do yet. So you're basing what you're saying off what we've seen him do. I'm saying, what if he shocks the game and shocks Frank Martin by doing something Frank Martin's not expecting?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Just never know, right?
Right. I'm rocking with 50-50. You!
J Cash, the money man, bro. He's committed. I'm rocking with the Midwest on this fight. I want Frank to sit him down. I'm with you, J Cash.
You know what? That's one thing I think can happen. I do think, I told you, I think Tank wins in the 8th round with a body shot. I called that out. But I do think Tank sits on his pockets for the first time.
In this fight? It's very possible. Very possible. Yeah. Tank has been known to, we got to remember that Tank gets hit. He puts himself in position to get hit. Sometimes he sacrifices. So it definitely can happen. Let's see. Roscoe said Gvozdyk is Canelo's sparring partner, so Canelo doing his homework.
Told you that. Matter of fact, he signed under Canelo's promotions. It's not promotional company, it's promotions. That's what I was told. was watching something on that, and they were saying that actually Benavidez was talking about it. He was like, "Yo, he signed it. You know what I mean? They got the same. That's why his coach be coaching him, and he would also is in Gvozdyk's corner.
Corner? Oh, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. I know he also came from the great Teddy Atlas, was working with Gvozdyk for a minute too. Chant Ross Fantasy Boxing Prediction League says if it gets into championship rounds, 10-12, who do you think that favors, guys? I gotta go with Tank.
Tank.
Yeah, I gotta go with Tank.
I think Tank has the experience. I think the experience counts at that point. He'll be doing whatever it takes to make the mistakes happen.
100%.
Force the mistakes to happen. Let me correct myself.
And yeah, he'll have that data too. By that time, he'll have that data in his brain. He'll understand how Frank's moving, and he'll be ahead of Tank. At that point, there's a good chance he'll be ahead of Frank, 1 or 2 steps ahead of Frank at that point, and just be walking Frank into some horrible situations. Andrew Charles said, for sure, boxing is a sport of the unexpected. That's for sure, man. Puncher's chance is there for anybody in any given Sunday. If you're just not on your game, you can suffer and take an L. T.Y. said, Tank already said Frank don't hit hard. That was all hype talk. That was just him trying to that's him trying to, you got to remember.
That's all mental games, bro. That's again.
I'll be real with you. When he said that, Frank kind of reacted that in a way I didn't want him to react to. I didn't like the way he reacted to that.
Right. Because this is him. I'm telling you, mental warfare, bro. He won it. He won the mental warfare.
Today.
Yes, he did. Yeah. He won it last time.
Right. He did better this time than he did last time. Last time it looked horrible.
Right. Frank kind of was able to resist a little bit, but bro, Jedi mind tricks all day from the great Darth Tank Vader, whatever you want to call him. Yo, pulled the Sith Lord out of him. Balls.
Yo, he had that motherfucker going to the dark side, bro.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Going there. But I think Derrick James, and Errol Spence have his ear. His father's there too. That's an important part of this. His father is in his life, and fathers are important, bro. And his father's right there on the stage. He looks up to his father. He has enough people in his corner that can bring him down from whatever happened in this press conference today and have him step into that ring on Saturday, the person he's supposed to be and needs to be to win this fight. You know what I mean? I don't know if I've seen a father on the stage with Frank Martin before either. Have you? On the press conferences? Is his father normally up there?
No, I'm sorry. I was answering 2 questions at the same time. So has Frank's dad ever been in other press conferences? I think so.
Yeah, like on the panel, up there.
No, I don't. I've never seen him on stage before. Maybe one time.
I know he's been at the press conferences for sure. But
I have to say maybe one time.
Yeah, it seems like that support. It seems like he's got that support around him. You know what I'm saying?
Yawning. You just literally made me yawn because I caught you earlier. Man. I was trying to look away. I was answering also. Tracks. Right. I was answering him at the same time, and I was like, no, I think that's all. It's all stage. It's all love. Listen, they're really good friends. That whole believe it or not, that whole table is all friends. They're all
including
close.
Frank and Tank.
Right. They're all close. Yeah. So the funny part is, obviously, they're fighting for the belt. So all that's changing. Exactly, marketing. So Frank and Earl is just really basically coming at him. Now I think he touched a subject. Like I think he got Earl uncomfortable when he told him,
"You up here for the money?
Up here for the money,
bag."
Yo,
and then he also said, "You never even in the gym with him in the same place as him." And I think that was kind of bringing in that Derrick James.
He was trying to, he's playing the mind games. He told him, "Shut up."
Right. He's like, you talking way too much, bro. Like, you talk way too much. You need to shut up. I seen that shit on Errol's face. Like, Errol felt like, I'll punch you in your little light-skinned face. And they get like, you talking crazy to me, dog.
Yeah. That energy changed quick. He was
remember, we're not fighting, bro. We're not fighting, bro. Stop playing with me, bro.
Right.
You talk to Frank, bro. You keep that shit over there with Frank, bro. That's who you fighting, bro. Don't talk to me like that, dog. We ain't selling no fight between me and you, bro.
Crazy,
I'll beat your ass.
Right.
Let's see here. Sonny Augustine might be commenting on this right now. Said, did you guys hear how Errol sounded? He might need to retire soon. We don't want him taking any more punishment. He was talking slow. He was slurring. He was doing that. Was he high? You feel me? Was he doing something? Was he on a lean? Was he on a perk?
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't know if it's a combination of accident or is it just that southern way of living on the farm, bro. Because I've been noticing him, like sometimes he upbeat, right? And then sometimes he like,
yeah,
you know what I mean, like he is high. I don't know.
Sometimes he high and sometimes he not. That's what
and then again, let's keep it 100. Is he on pain medication still from his car accident?
100%.
It could be, you know what I mean?
Freak gonna tell you in 2 seconds he is, right, Freak? Freak will tell you in 2 seconds that boy on pain meds,
bro.
He said that boy on.
Yeah.
He got frequent. Does he have another broken rib that he dealing with?
He crashed into the car is the question.
Let's see here. Ryan Fraser, shout out to you guys. Got great knowledge and insights. Hopefully, I can jump on the panel with y'all one night. Oh, for sure. Maybe tonight. Tonight you come up. I'll throw the link up, bro.
Yeah, jump up.
100%. Hold on a second, man. Hold on, man.
Even though we rivals, what's going on, dog?
Said, hashtag broken rib.
Oh.
Ring rivals, salute to my brother A-Side in the building.
Stop being nice. Call return into a yo, stop, bro.
You're not even supposed to say retard no more, bro. It's 2024, bro.
Yo, you offended like half the people in the United States.
Yeah, bro. He turned Errol into a special needs person, bro.
Yeah.
He's the right language, bro. Somebody on the spectrum. Fucking savage.
Yeah, short bus guy.
Bro. Don't get canceled out here, bro. You know how the market is, bro. They will cancel you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Crash helmet guy.
Salute.
Bubble boy.
Nah, man, but Errol.
We gotta steal the topic.
Yeah, Errol.
Look, EJ with the rematch. Look, he's a vegetable. Yo, he turned. Yo, y'all mean, man.
Bro,
y'all believe my book. Look, now I gotta start defending Earl. Don't make me get up here and defend Earl. I don't want to do that.
Errol don't deserve all this, bro. He's supposed to be showing love to his brother, bro. He's not in the fight no more. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's trying to make it, bro. That man trying to be a family man, raise his family, you know what I'm saying? Be loyal to his come on, bro. He got kids, brother.
Hey, green.
Tomatoes, potatoes.
Look, Clay, how they disagree with Tank and now agree with Tank.
The developmentally delayed. Okay, Roscott, you kind of all right, Roscott.
So he got a baby thumb. What do you thumb toe? What do you call it? You know the toe that don't grow.
Right. Salute Lorenzo Huertas in the building. Salute, brother. Salute.
Nah, you good. It's all good. We ain't monetized, bro. It's cool. It is what it is.
We're not there yet. We're not there. So you can take those shots still. Shout out to J Pitt City.
J Pitt City in the building.
Can't jump on tonight, but I'll be able to jump on. Oh yeah, no doubt, Ryan. Okay. No doubt, Ryan. Whenever you feel like it, brother. Let's see. Champ Ross Fantasy Roscott, he got that demon. Okay, we're gonna get off this topic, bro. We ain't gonna keep kicking this man's back in now. So look, I mean, we've talked about that. Errol Spence. I don't know if there's anything we didn't cover when it comes to that press conference, when it comes to Errol Spence and Derek James. I think somebody asked me what I think about Errol Spence and Derek James. I think they're going through what they're going through, bro, and they're working it out. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They figuring out that their business inside that courtroom and however that money need to exchange. I'm hoping they, at the end of it, they're able to come back together as far as cordially, at least. You know what I'm saying? And be able to leave that where it's at. But, $2 million will burn a bridge. Let's see. Ring Rival A-Side was good, sir. It's deleted already. No doubt, Roscott. So I wanted to jump into this next topic, right?
Let's do it.
I definitely wanted to jump into this next topic, right? With Turki Al-Sheikh. You know what I'm saying? It looks like Turki wants to start his own league, guys. I mean, what do you guys think about Turki starting his own league and what he's trying to put together? I mean, where are you at with this? I think this was inevitable. right? This was something that was coming one way or another. However you wanted to look at it,
Right.
it was definitely coming. And for the simple reason that these guys don't want to work with Turkey, right? They're making it difficult for Turkey to work with them. At some point, he was going to be like, you know what I'm going to do? How I'm going to respond to that? I'm going to make a league. I'm going to do something to kind of take control and get these fights. Turkey doesn't seem like the kind of person who gives up on what he wants, right? He doesn't seem like he gives up on what he wants. So what do you guys think about Turkey putting this together? Is this a good idea? I mean, let's be honest. On the surface level, without a doubt, it is a good idea for us as fans to see those fights. But what do you guys think about the actual long-term effects of this? Is this on a long-term effect? Is this going to affect boxing in a negative way? Or do you guys see positive things coming out for this? Let's see. We got a lot of people in the chat right now. One belt, one umbrella. Old man Bob, let me see. If get back to one belt, more ninjas will fight. Listen, man, Golden Boy and Queensberry doing that. And including Matchroom's in that conversation as well. Matchroom is definitely trying to do that. The only people we don't know about is Top Rank and PBC, right? I guess what Mr. Big Play said, old man Bob is what does that mean? I mean, he ain't got long to go anyway. So even if he is being a problem, right? I don't want to wish nothing on him, but let's be honest, right? Like, like we could wait him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be Lou DiBella's department very soon.
Right, and then Lou gonna go for the bag, bro. Lou got go for the bag spirit on him, energy on him. I think will be the best thing for boxing, a full schedule, season type of thing, 100%. Only people threatened by Turkey are PBC fans. Big facts. Chant Ross on blah, 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 blah. Well, listen, let's find out what this deal is. What this deal is, all right? Let's take a look at it here and see what exactly is it that they're trying to put together here. So it says, this is on Box News 24. I thought they gave a pretty good breakdown of what it was. It says Saudi Arabia's PIF, which stands for the Public Investment Fund, is discussing the creation of a new professional boxing league, which would significantly reshape the sport. The deal in the making is that Saudi Arabia's PIF fund is in talks with boxing promoters Golden Boy and Matchroom, which would lead to a massive $4 to $5 billion deal to create a new league. The idea would make it easier for fights to take place. The PIF would have a minority stake in the creation of this league. So they're talking about taking the back seat to it. They want to allow, it seems like they want to allow the promoters to kind of like take the head of this and kind of move this in the right direction, almost humbly, like knowing like you guys are the experts in this. We don't want to reshape this. We just want to facilitate a space to where these fights can be made a lot easier. So it says the PIF is looking to invest in a joint venture with some of the sports stakeholders that would feature more boxing bouts. They want to create a venture that would bring the main sports organizers together, right? The promoters, right? Al Haymans, the Eddie Hearns, the Oscar De La Hoyas, the Bob Arams, the Frank Warrens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So with the money Saudi Arabia's public investment fund has, they can change the sport in a major way, and the promoters will likely agree to their ideas. They feel like the promoters are probably going to jump on board with this, so they must be looking to make it very lucrative for the promoters.
That's what I was telling you earlier.
Right,
yep,
right.
I agree.
So the next part says reshaping the landscape of boxing, which is music to my ears. The new league could change the sport, which currently has 4 sanctioning bodies. We know who they are. These organizations rank fighters and award their titles along with sanctioning fees for the belt. So the new boxing league could affect those 4 sanctioning bodies. So the sanctioning bodies, it looks like is who's going to have the smoke with this whole situation. They look like they're going to have the problems. Like they're the ones who kind of in the crosshairs of like change happening, and maybe they becoming kind of like
they're going to lose money.
Right.
People will just drop the belts and go fight over there.
Right. So it says oftentimes the rankings make little sense, setting up bizarre mandatory fights that aren't marketable. We know that to be a fact. So whether the new league would make the sanctioning bodies a thing of the past is unclear, but for many fans, it would please them to see them eliminated or marginalized. You guys agree? Would we be okay with seeing the WBC, the IBF, the WBO, and the WBA going away for one belt? Would that make boxing more interested for us as fans? What do you think, Ray?
This is a we call it catch-22, because I think even in something like this, I think that like having multiple belts or sides, almost like let's just look at football or baseball or basketball. Basketball is perfect. They got 2 conferences, 4 divisions on each conference, a total of 8 divisions.
Right.
Each one of those divisions represent a seed or a title. So if you get champions, you know what I mean, what other way is it for the unification to happen if you have multiple champions? It makes sense for boxing because champions fight champions. The problem with that is, on the other hand, how do you know who's the best if you're going through this? Does it become like a league where you're doing this every year and you start at the bottom, you only have to select guys? Like, there's so many questions and holes in this. You know what I mean? Are we going to start from 0-0 every year, or are we going to continue to, you know what I mean, whoever the champ is, they stay there, and people just got to keep contending until they get to that point, climb that mountain pause to get to that point. That's where we need to focus our attention on. As far as the sanctions, I think the sanctions actually can be really good in this if they jump on board and work with Turkey to make something happen, to create an ultimate belt for unification, to have their fighter fight someone else's fighter in a seed battle of 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe 5 and 6, because you still have the IBF and the ABF, was it the ABF, the American Boxing Federation or whatever? There's another belt out there. But having those, the IBO, that's what it is, the IBO. So you have the IBO, the WBO, the WBC, the IBF, the WBA, and you have the IBA. There it is. I knew it was another one. But having all those titles, you know what I mean? Do you give all them guys credibility? Do they have that type of marketability to go up there and fight? If somebody has 2 of those titles, how does that work? NWO belt, New World Order. That could be the title. Hey, it is what it is. Man.
It might be
belt,
a UAE belt.
You know what I mean? Hollywood Hogan.
I would say that I agree with you as far as all those things that need to be worried about, the boxes that need to be checked in order for this to work and function in the right way. We got a lot of boxes out there, you know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure it makes sense. I can see like tournament style fightings happening in divisions a lot more, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. But if they can balance it out the right way, ideally, I'll be honest with you, I think 1 belt ideally for each division would be something I'd like to see. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 belt ideally, I think makes sense from a fan's point of view. You know what I'm saying? From a fan's point of view.
I mean, even 2. Why not have an intercontinental or second level tier belt?
Right, an intercontinental belt, I think would definitely work.
Interim, you know what I mean? If you want to call it the interim, and then the regular and the super, whatever, however you want to do it, you know what I mean? But and that I'm telling you, that creates all this diamond and this, you know what I mean, Central American belt, the European belt, United States Championship, Pac-12 belt, like all that. NWO belt, like all that stuff got to go. Like, just trying to keep it a buck, bro. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's too many belts under the same circumstances.
No doubt. So let me get back to this: challenges and opportunities. So here's the challenges and here are the opportunities that are in it. It says for the league to work, all the major promotional companies would need to agree to participate. It would confuse fans if 1 or 2 of the biggest sanctioning bodies chose not to participate to protect their fighters from being beaten. Now, historically, promoters have grown accustomed to protecting their fighters with careful matchmaking. However, under a new league, these promoters and fighters could be protected as they would be forced to fight the best, which could change their marketability. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the promotional companies that disagree with having their fighters participate in the league. That would be bad for fans if there were 2 or more leagues, as we saw with the AFL and the NFL. I like that comparison they made, which didn't merge into 1 league until the 1970 season. So under the Vision 2030 program, so they're looking for this to be like in 2030 when this happened. Saudi Arabia wants to diversify its economy from being oil dependent with sports investment. Its strategy is to increase tourism and create jobs. Boxing isn't the only sport the PIF has invested in. They've also invested in golf, football, and Formula One. We know about that already as well.
Football is in soccer.
In soccer, 100%. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what do we think about it? I know me personally, I like the time that they're looking to put into it, as far as not making it happen like next month or next summer. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that it's going to take time to build this to where it needs to be. You know what I mean? I think that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, that was a weird belt. I ain't gonna front. They could have did a better job making that belt. You worried about that?
Yeah, man. But that's just, you know what that is? Salute, Hood Red. You good? Good to see you back here, man.
Yo, what's up, man?
For real, man. I know.
Listen, I thought I seen you in a photo there, man. I thought I seen him in a photo out west.
All right, Hood Rich, I got you, bro. No worries, man. But I'm glad to see you outside, man, for sure. But let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, your boy was showing out today. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely showing out.
You're stable, mate.
Oh, he's in Vegas. Oh, damn. He said, I'm definitely in Vegas.
I was gonna come you. I knew I seen him. I told you.
I got invited to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I got invited. I could have went, but I didn't go. But
yeah.
But yeah, you know, I'm with the gang for sure, man. Frank looking. I actually want some perspective on Tank, on what happened yesterday with Tank. So I think you could offer some perspective on that. That'd be very interesting to hear if you have any inside information on that. But ultimately, I think that league makes, you know, I like the sound of it. I'd like to see it come together, bro. And that actually goes into, because I think Turkey already has his hands on the pulse of you should have came, you'd have been with me, Clay. Oh, that'd have been ill, Hood, for sure, bro. For sure. I think Turkey has his hands in the 154-pound division right now. He's definitely got his hands in the heavyweight division. Cruiserweight division is his as well. Did I say the light heavyweight division already?
Yeah.
The light heavyweight division. So you got junior middleweight. You got the light heavyweight. You got the cruiserweight, and you got the heavyweight. And he's tapping into that 126 too. Now that he's got Nick Ball with a belt over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's already tapping into certain divisions and showing what he can do.
Bro, literally, I ain't gonna front because you put rum by accident. I thought it said ruin. I was like, he ruined it. No, he didn't. But I got you. That's why I said run. Okay. As you were saying that, got it. Yeah, he does run a heavyweight division. Absolutely, that division changed, bro. Listen, can we not say the graveyard division is starting to make a comeback? And it looked like that's where his focuses are.
What, heavy or cruiser?
All of them. All them graveyard divisions. He's got the fighters fighting it. You know what I mean? And he's bringing them back up. He's putting talent in those divisions. Listen, because Benavidez is fighting that division based on what? Getting an opportunity to fight for the Undisputed Championship, right?
Right.
AKA due to Turkey and Sheik offering that, and I'm pretty sure they offered him that fight. And he took that chance on moving up to fight the contender. Right now. Hands down, that shows you that he's putting people in place. Who else moved up on the to light heavyweight? David Morrell.
Right.
You know what I mean?
On the Turkey cheat card.
Right. So it shows you that he's willing to kill. He's bringing these AKA doomed divisions out of the darkness, bro, out of the smoke, and they're growing, and people are going to start being fans of that, bro. I'm telling you, it's going to change. It's going to change it. Boxing is going to be the sport again, and it's already internationally growing. It's growing back in the United States. We just need to get some more regulations done on some of the extra stuff that we got. All these negative publicities on the sport. Once we get rid of that, clean it up a little bit, be good. What's up? What's up, Hood Rich?
Hood Rich, what's good with you, family?
What's good? What's good, man? What's good?
Oh, we was kicking the back in, bro. We was all types of. We tried to cut his hair. We just.
Nah, man. Yeah, man. Look, Tank was wilding out today, bro. I'm entertained with this Tank. I'm entertained like hell with this Tank. With this Tank that's coming out, that shit is entertaining. How's Vegas treating you guys?
Like now, y'all really see like his real. You feel me? Like his real demeanor. Like I've been telling y'all, I'm like, man, Tank funny as hell. Like y'all just don't see that side of him. But Frank definitely gonna come to fight, but it ain't gonna last long.
Mm. Let me ask you, how's Vegas been? How's the atmosphere been out there in the event? Is it a good response? Is everybody like? Is it an exciting atmosphere right now? Getting ready for this fight? How would you rate it?
Man, it's great. The only thing is, it's just hot as fuck, and it's crazy because a couple of other fans know me, bro. I'm like, how y'all know me? I never show my face, but sometimes I do. You feel me? But it's just crazy. Like I'm like, man, it's like it's 103 degrees out here, man.
And dry too, right? That's that desert heat too.
Man,
Just watch out for the rattlesnakes.
man, like I damn near had to change my clothes like 3 times.
Wow. Especially having to move around like that and go to the different little events and you're
Yeah,
moving around. It's probably real hot.
and then like it'd be a lot of last minute stuff like just like was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday the Grand Arrivals. We was going to go, but then he was like, "No, I ain't gonna go because I don't like how they doing me." I'm like, "Man, you might as well just go." He like, "Nah, because if I do, then they gonna keep." You feel me? I was like, I get it, but think of the fans. You feel me? Like think of the fans. And he was like, "I'm just gonna make it up after the fight." I'm like, that's cool.
No, he's doing
So
what he feel he had to do. But let me ask you a question. What was it that was bothering him, or who was treating him what kind of way? Like what was bothering him about the situation that made him feel like that?
he, I guess he wanted like more like promotion, like more like I don't know, like basically like more promotion for real.
Okay. Was it something with the PBC? Was it
Yeah,
Amazon? Was it like who was it with?
Bro, he already answered.
yeah,
PBC.
it was a PBC, but it wasn't El Heyman. You feel it was basically like Tom and them.
Tom Brown, TGB type stuff.
Yeah,
No
but
doubt, no doubt.
but Tom really a good dude though. Like I like me and him got a good connection. Like he a good dude.
Okay. All right. So I mean, sounds like they ironed it out, whatever it is, and they're back on the same page and everything's okay. So that's a good thing. The Tank showed up today. I wasn't sure if he was going to show up today. I was kind of nervous, but when I saw him come up there, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, all right, let's get it. I already knew what time it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like me and him had like a little one-on-one for real. Like he don't like how I be like on podcasts and stuff, like giving like way too much, but like
Okay.
it's cool, but like it's nothing serious. He just don't like me telling like the personal stuff. You feel me?
Right. I feel him on that. That's for sure. I wouldn't want that either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I see he's in good spirits though, you know what I'm saying? And he seems like real motivated to kind of make a statement in this fight. Am I right? Like, is he really trying to make a statement in this fight, or is
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Like he going, y'all about to see it different. Like you got like again, like you gotta think about it. He just got out of jail, so he got a lot of built up animosity and energy. You feel me? Like Frank know like it ain't no real beef. Like he know it's just a fight, but he in the way.
Right. That's yeah. That's what let me see track boxing. So Rachel, is it was nothing special out in Vegas? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Rachel Donaire was saying that, it just wasn't as she lives in Vegas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she says when there's a big fight in Vegas, it's usually like stay out of the downtown area, stay off the strip, you know what I mean?
I learned my lesson on that.
Yeah. She said that she didn't feel like it was, you know what I mean, like the strip wasn't jumping like that yesterday. I don't know if maybe today. I know people might be coming in late, you know what I mean, coming in today, coming in tomorrow, kind of, slowly getting into the fight. But today you feel like it was one of those days like, damn, I don't need to be on this damn strip today.
Yeah, like, but again, like, you gotta think about it. We only come to Vegas for boxing. Like, we don't we'll take a vacation there, but it's like we on the East Coast, like we don't usually see stuff like that. So when we do, we like it can be like 20 people right there, and like we gonna exaggerate and be like, oh, it was 100. You feel me? Because we never, you feel me? Like, so like I get what she's saying though.
Right. The y'all version of like there's too many people out here, and her version it might be two different versions because
According to her, she said that usually traffic is like back to back to back, like you can't get nowhere. Most of the time, there's big fights. She said right now, you know what I mean, they're able to motivate, move around. You know what I mean? Traffic is not like at a standstill, usually when you have a big event in the town. She said it may change, though, as we get closer to the fight. She said because, you know, a lot of people are probably coming in later than usual because of the heat and stuff. She did say that because it's summertime coming up. So she did say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? And I understand that, too, because even people, like I said, I got invited to come out to Vegas. And I also to come out there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a Thursday trip, so people are coming in, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, and then obviously Friday is probably going to be the busiest, craziest day, and then Saturday you probably are going to want to stay up the strip. You know what I'm saying? That day.
Yeah. Like, and I've been like seeing a lot of stuff on Twitter. People saying, "Oh, the fight not going to sell out and all that." Y'all gotta wait till like the weigh-in and stuff.
Yeah. Right. Ooh. Well, I mean, I think it'll get. I can see it selling out. I think people kind of anticipated selling out like 24, 48 hours after the fight. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what people are probably talking about. But nah, man, it's Frank. Listen, man, David Benavidez has a huge Mexican following. Mm-hmm. Tank Davis has a huge following as well. That co-main event and main event, it's hard to believe that thing isn't going to sell out. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to believe it.
Like the gate already at down there 16 million. You feel me? Like it's about to be, man. It's going to be crazy. I just hope that Frank Martin really bring it. You feel me? I just hope he don't lay down.
Yeah, that's what Calvin was saying. Calvin said he want them buttons to get pushed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wanted to see Tank come out, another part of Tank come out, so he could, you know, show what Tank can really do.
I want to see it too. Like I really want to see it. I really want to see it because I want the whole division to see it. Like I want everybody. You feel me? Like
so that's what I was going to ask you two questions. That was one of them. Do you see that? Do you think Frank has what it takes to push the adversity of Tank Davis to another? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And my other question is, this is a good one, and I need you to be completely honest. Mm-hmm. Out of the two main events that's going on Saturday, I already said that the Zone has a main event going on too.
Yeah.
What is the most likely upset in your opinion? Like not upset, but like which one do you see could be a possible upset? More so than the other.
He ain't gonna see no upset with Tank.
No, because I want to be honest. Like, I mean, he can say, "Yo, hell no, I ain't talking about Frank getting upset. You crazy? That's my dog." He can say that. It's his honesty. I want honesty.
Is you saying like out of
like if
Matias and them two?
Yeah, Matias, Carl, or Tank and Frank. Like which one? Which? Yeah, because they're both good fights. They're both, I think, good dancing partners, right?
Honestly, I say both of them. You feel me? Both of them. Like
okay, I feel the same way. I
don't see it happening, but it's possible.
Yeah, I told Clay. I said I see one of the main events. One of them is going to have an upset at the end of the night. I don't know which one. Because I just see that it's crazy. And I said to Clay, I said, I don't know which one. I said, because I don't want to pick the wrong one. I'm being honest. But I just like the fact that we got great fights going on in boxing right now at the same time on different networks or whatever you want to call it. But there's just great fights going around boxing at the end of the day with great dancing partners for all these champions and contenders.
I think that with Subriel Matias, the Subriel Matias situation with me is kind of like the Deontay Wilder situation was for me. Like I used to see Deontay Wilder fight, and I'd be like, somebody gonna stop this dude. I just knew it was gonna happen, but he never would get stopped, right? But I knew eventually he would, because I knew eventually that right hand wasn't going to be enough when he got to that right amount of competition, that he was going to have to be able to adjust and box and set up shots and make opportunities for him, that he wasn't just going to be able to continue to just connect randomly or walk people into shit. And I think that's the same thing with Subriel Matias to a degree, where it's like the way he's been winning has been very exciting, very devastating, but you see the right fighter taking advantage of what he does wrong all the time, which is constantly get hit. You know what I'm saying? So
honestly, like if Matias stopped Paro, if he stopped Paro, bro, I would look at him totally different. Like I already look at him like a beast, but if he stopped Paro, because that's a boxer, you feel me? That's a boxer. If he stopped him, that means he can stop a lot of other people too.
Right. Okay. I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah, that makes that conversation with him and T.O., him and Devin, him and Hitchinson, him and even Gary Antoine Russell. These fights become way more competitive all of a sudden.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Gary Antoine Russell.
Gary
he fights Saturday too, man.
Yep.
That's gonna be
a tough fight too. Look, that's another tough fight. That's why I said contenders. Look, I put them all up there.
Man,
I think that's
bro. If he, if he dominate him, he going straight for the titles. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah, he going after Devin.
Well, he becomes a WBA mandatory.
No, WBC.
And that fight is WBA. That fight is WBA.
Let's look it up. I'm pretty sure it's a W. I'm pretty sure it's for a WBC.
Hey, why don't we put 20 on it right now?
Why you gotta take my fucking money, motherfucker?
I'm just messing with you, Clay.
I'm gonna be mad as hell if I look it up and find out it was a WBC too.
Yeah, you should. It's not though.
Hold on. It's a WBA? I don't think so, bro. I'm telling you. I think it's a W. Okay. Hold on.
It's WBC interim light champ. So you should have took the money, bro. Should have took the money.
It is. You looked it up? You looked it up?
Yeah. You should have took the money.
I told you, man.
You should have took the money. Bro. You's a fool. Not taking $20 out of my pocket.
Alhamdulillah, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't gamble
messing with you. Now, get your hands out of my pocket.
Get your hands out of my pocket. But yeah, man, he's going after Devin. He's going after Devin after this one. If he wins this fight, he wins Devin.
Right.
So
right. You know why it's a WBA? Because Puello was a WBA champion at one point. Right. Yeah.
Right. I remember. Yeah. But he got pulled out of that situation because he went ahead and popped on a yeah, remember? You remember him and Rolly Romero were supposed to fight for that WBA title?
Oh,
yeah. Right? He was an interim champion at that time, and he messed up, and that's how Rolly ended up getting in with that old man that was whooping his ass.
Barroso, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, right, yeah.
Hold on. What happened? First of all, Rolly just beat Pitbull. What are you talking about?
No,
we gonna stop with this blasphemy.
We talking about his last fight before Pitbull.
Only one guy beat Rolly, and that was Tank. That's it.
Okay. Anyway,
they cheated Rolly, bro.
He's gonna keep doing this until somebody laughs. Until somebody laughs, he's gonna keep dropping.
Laughing right there. You can't help yourself.
Dry ass joke, bro. He's gonna keep on doing it, bro.
You can't help yourself. Look, LOL's in the chat, bro.
Yeah, we know that was what that situation was with Rolly. He was supposed to actually fight him, the guy that Gary Antoine's fighting for that vacant WBA title, and at that time, that dude was the interim WBA title or
the
regular right champion. So he lost the belt, and then Rolly went and robbed Barroso for that win. Yeah, Barroso was beating that dude's ass. That ref stopped that fight. He deserved to be slapped for that shit. The way the ref stopped that fight.
I think that ref did a great job. He saved that man.
That'd have been Zab Judah, Tank Davis, or one of these dudes who just street orientated. That ref would have got slapped in that ring, bro. He would have got slapped for that. But
that was a horrible stop. I was mad because he still had a shot, bro. Like he still was swinging. He still had a shot.
Right. And he was ahead on all the cards. So it was just like, come on, bro. The man's ahead on all the cards, bro. At least let him get knocked out. Or give him a standing 10 count, a standing 8-10 count. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and just end the fight, bro. He's winning the fight. That was crazy.
Hit him with the lazy right, bro.
Right.
That was it. It was a rat. The ref seen it. He was like, bro, this dude out on his feet. Let me stop this.
Nah, then give him a 10 count, bro. Give him a standing 10 count like they gave to Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So that's gonna be a good card, bro. It's gonna be a good card. Do you have any upsets on the card that you've seen, Hoodrich? On the card?
I feel like Terrell Goucher.
Okay. You talking about him and he's fighting Carlos Adames, right?
Taking the belt, right?
Yeah.
We was talking about that, Clay.
Yeah.
Talking about the same thing. That's crazy.
Terrell Goucher, man.
That's crazy.
Out of Ohio.
He a dog. He definitely a dog.
Just talking about that.
I seen Carlos get stopped before, you feel me? So it hit different.
No doubt, no doubt. But look, I'm glad you on here, man. I want to tap into the 154-pound division, man. We're supposed to be building on this 154-pound division. You know what I'm saying? This is the end of the night conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because we talk about boxing on all spectrums here. 154 is becoming a very interesting division. You know what I mean? I don't think people are talking about enough in the right light about the big fights that can get made up there. Now, I can go through a list with just like the top 10 fighters that are up there as far as, you know, obviously Terrence Crawford is over there now, about to fight for unified. Yeah, Ryan Fraser saying best division in boxing, man. Right. I think it's a slept-on division, man. Exciting division, you know what I'm saying? And then when you got Turki Al-Sheikh involved with that division right now, which it seems like he's getting involved with it by getting into the Terrence Crawford business and with Ismail Madrimov and, you know, all these different things, we can see this division get very exciting. Huh?
To Lorenzo. He does not. He has a championship.
No, Mel is done.
He's got a championship in recess, but that might go away soon too.
Yeah, Mel's dealing with we're not going to talk about Mel. So we got Terrence Crawford there. We've got Errol Spence in there now. We got Tim Tszyu. We got Virgil Ortiz. We got Erickson Lubin, obviously Sebastian Fundora. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Ramos Jr. and Brian Mendoza is great dancing partners. You know what I mean? At one point, Jesus Ramos was one of the top dudes that they were looking at, top prospect being contender guys that was in the division. He took an L against Erickson Lubin in a shaky decision, but I think the decision was correct to give it to Erickson Lubin. And then you got obviously the young bull, Xander Zayas, and you got Charles Conwell as well. You know what I'm saying? In that division. I think division is a real exciting division. You guys been paying attention to it all?
Yeah. You only gave us that's the fighters you gave us?
I mean, I gave you a couple, bro. What you want me to go through the whole damn division? What did I miss?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, but no, that's not what I was gonna say. I was actually coming somewhere else with it, but it's cool. You can give us that, Clay. You have to curse at me, bro. About to cry. Listen, I was just saying that because there's so many fighters in the top. I'm just looking at the top 15 in all the sanctioning bodies,
right?
And from 1 to 15, they're all contenders. Every last one of them. That's the crazy part. I mean, everyone from Jesus Ramos was number 15 in the IBF, WBO, excuse me, and freaking Inouye's brother, who's freaking another 14 in the WBC. It's like every single person in here, and then they're ranked throughout. The same people are ranked throughout the other sanctions. It's like you can't get away from either one, no matter what sanctioning body you go to. They're all ranked, all 16 of them, except for Bud.
Right, but Bud is Bud. You know what I'm saying? J.R. Sparks has 54, needs an 8-man tournament. I mean,
there you go.
If you're going to put a tournament together, that's a division to do it in.
Right.
Shout out to Rachel Donaire in the building.
Then they said that was his brother.
I know who he's talking about. Anyways, brothers at 154, bro?
I thought they said his brother that was guy up there, right?
Nah, I never heard of that.
Takima
is probably like a little bit bigger than him, maybe like 126, 130. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Other dude. That's the other Inoue. It's like 20 Inoues. They're bots, bro. No, it's Takeshi.
That's not his brother. His brother is at 118. Yeah. My God, just smaller. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a different Inoue. Here's his name. My bad. It's his cousin.
His third cousin.
Yeah, his cousin from the other side of the island.
Yeah.
That's his name right there.
Nah, but 154 is a special division right now, bro. I think
Rachel called me out. Hold on, Rachel, why you called me out on that? You ain't even have to say nothing. You just
everybody. She ain't playing. She said you dumb.
Listen, and I was sitting here. I ain't saving it no more. I'm just messing with you, Rachel.
I ain't saving it no more. She gonna get it when you get it.
Yep. No, I'm just messing with you, Rachel. Thank you for answering my call.
On his stepfather side, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, illegitimate brother, bro. You're illegitimate.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. You're not Asian. You're Blasian. You're Filipino. We know that.
And I got one thing to say about Earl, too. Like, Earl be saying little stuff the whole time, like when he said he worded it wrong, so it looked like he out his fighter. Like he said a lot of stuff. He was like, Tank don't fight nobody. Then who is Frank? You feel me? Like he just be saying stuff at the wrong time, bro.
I told you on them pain meds, man.
Yeah, how did you think he sounded though? Just in general, how did he sound to you? You know what I'm saying? Like
he did sound a little off to me though.
Right?
Yeah.
He looked like he was struggling a little bit, but I know he got from Texas, and Texas, they quick to be on some lean or some perks. They quick to be on that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Or just
Damn,
some.
though, do you think Earl on that shit though?
Listen, bro.
No, I just think he rocked with that from his accident, man.
Listen, that boy hang out with Yellow Beezy, bro. That's his best friend, bro. What do you mean used to? They're not cool no more? Man, please. He's the bestest of friends, bro. They're the bestest of friends,
Don't put stuff in the streets, bro.
Listen, Yellow B, he hang out with rappers, bro. You feel what I'm saying, Hood?
He hang out on his farm.
He hang out with rappers in Texas.
He be with his girl and his daughters and his son on that farm. His dog.
Yeah, he doing that too. And he doing that too, yeah. When he come out to Vegas, bro, it might be a little different. He might be in Vegas looking a little different.
I think that pig on his farm is named Yellow Beezy.
Nah, he got that purple drink.
That's
on that purple drink.
Okay.
Salute Mahat Egypt. Salute. Yeah. Nah, man. Earl sounded weird to me today, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. When I heard him talking, I was just like, I gave him the German Shepherd. I was like, I literally turned my head to the side, like, Earl, okay, and not too sure if he's punchy or if he's on something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I feel like it's that whooping, bro.
You think that Terrence Crawford,
bro? He was like that before, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Go look at the interview.
Ray always want to make excuses for Earl.
I'm not making an excuse, man. He was like that before that fight. Like during the press conference, I was like, yo, what's wrong with this dude?
Yeah. Like it probably did though, but I feel like it got worse after that.
Oh, so
you can't tell me a whooping.
You got the Tommy Hearns.
Listen, you can't tell me after whooping like what he took from Terrence Crawford that ain't affected him. If we're gonna talk about him being affected, he cannot leave unaffected from an ass whooping like that.
See, look in the chat. He did always sound like that, bro.
For years now. Okay, but we ain't gonna act like that Terrence Crawford whooping didn't add Lowry seasoning salt and garlic powder to that.
You just a Bud fan, bro. You just want to get
that. He got spanked in that fight, bro. Like
David Benavidez talk like that.
There are not many fights where I can genuinely say I'm feeling sorry for somebody as they're getting beat, where I'm feeling bad. You know what I'm trying to say? Well, I'm sitting there like, damn, dog, like Derek, you ain't gonna stop this. Like the ref ain't going. This is crazy. He's just lit up. When he took those last two steps right before the ref stopped it, it looked like you got kids. You know when your kid just start walking, and he about to fall, and he kind of like the knees is kind of locked up. He don't know to bend the knees, and he kind of like that. He looked like that, bro.
Hold on, what it look like?
Errol Spence.
No, what it look like when they
look like a baby. You know when your kid be like around 11 months to 10 to 12 months. And he was just kind of like stepping with the knees on. Like, bang your knee. Like bang your knee. Oh, you gonna sit here and try to play with me now because of the damn microphone? You a piece of shit, dog. You ain't shit, nigga.
No, I'm talking about your movement, bro.
And did that dumb shit again.
What you talking about? Now you reaching, bro. I was just talking about you talking about baby.
That's what he was saying, right?
Yo, this dude, no, man. Yo, you reaching, bro.
And I ain't trying to hear that shit.
You reaching. You put your mind somewhere totally different.
Crazy now, right? Now I'm crazy.
Look, the kneecaps, bro. That's what we talk about. You making fun of people that can't walk. That's what it was.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with no mic, bro.
Okay.
Oh, you did, bro. Live on Clay.
Oh man.
All right, come on. Yo, that got tears in my eyes, bro.
Bambi legs, right, Mahadi? He had them Bambi legs. He was still getting beat.
Oh shit. Hold on. No.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Big Play said, to be honest, he was looking crazy and he walked in the ring. Kneecaps were compromised. For sure, Lorenzo, you saw that shit. Yeah, Clay, That how your boy Bambi Legs Dev was looking when Ryan caught him with that left hook. Okay, Ty. All right. And I don't know why Devin got to be my boy. I don't know why he got to be my boy.
Thanos clan.
He got to be my boy just because I bigged the dude up for doing good stuff, bro. Let me see. Ross Clot said Crawford beat the whole PBC fan base when he whooped Spence.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yo, the whole PBC fan base went crazy on Crawford for like 4 months, bro. Like every channel was destroying him. Turtleback Gate, Glove Gate.
That was prior too.
They were killing him, bro. He was taking steroids, snack,
What's up, Chris?
everything. They destroyed him.
You guys also
What's
forget
good, Chris?
knew Bud until he attached himself to Earl. I don't know about that. I definitely disagree with that.
I feel like Earl made a mistake. Like he should have let that fight just go on here because he waited too long. You feel me?
Yeah.
He waited too
went
long. Like,
right?
They let him grow in the weight and all that. Like they messed up, bro.
Right. He should have took that fight early.
Yeah. He had a better chance. After the car crash, it was over with. It was over with.
Yep. Wasn't the same fighter. I mean, I ain't gonna front. Hey, let's put it this way. When he beat up Ugas, I thought that was gonna be a dominating performance again. I couldn't see nobody beating him when he beat up the way he beat up Ugas.
But again, like it was still a lot of holes. Like it was a lot of holes. I say a lot. I was like, man.
But when Ugas was punching him, you know what I mean, and countering, Earl was he was eating those shots, bro. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, ain't nobody can this dude gonna walk through Terrence. He's smaller and this and that. Like, I ain't gonna front. I'm not gonna front. I was like, yo, and then he didn't come in the same, like when he rehydrated with you guys, that was a totally different Earl Spence than when he rehydrated with Terrence.
Terrence, yeah.
Yo, he looked like, never mind, I ain't gonna say what.
I ain't gonna lie, like the thing that made me really pick Terrence, it wasn't even nothing boxing related. Like it was like when he was wrestling, like a tall dude, a big dude, and he was just slinging them around. I'm like, oh man, like I just knew, bro, but I couldn't say it out my mouth, if that makes sense. I couldn't say it, but I knew. Right. I was like, man,
you wanted to be your decision to be based off boxing. You didn't want it to be based on something outside of boxing.
Yeah.
And call a boxing when like, yo, he wrestled. What that got to do with boxing? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying he looking strong as hell, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with boxing. Like, all right, bro, I ain't gonna do this with y'all.
Yeah, facts, just like that. Because man, a lot of people would have, man, you talking about wrestling? They throw hands, man. They would have got on me about that.
Yeah, you think this is UFC? This is boxing, man. The sweet science. You talking crazy right now, Hood? Yeah. You talking crazy?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I ain't gonna front, but that was funny.
Nah, yeah, man.
Like looking back at it now, I was shocked. I thought it would be a better fight, bro.
I agree with Hoodrich 100%. Though he stayed there too long, bro. Yep. And you know that momentum that he had from the Ugas fight got destroyed by the way the negotiations went, right? So the way the negotiations went kind of like pulled out all the momentum he was building on making that 147 a healthy weight. I think he got big or older overnight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of months of that made it impossible for him to get back down to 147 in a healthy way. I think he just had a hard weight cut. You know what I'm saying? And he probably gained a lot of weight. He's not, because of the lifestyle, he probably didn't stay close enough to fighting weight. You know, you fight at 147, you probably don't want to go over like 175. You know what I'm saying? And I heard he was walking around 190, close to 200 at one point. You know what I'm saying? Around that time. So he had a heavy weight cut to make that fight happen. He already stayed in that division too long. So yeah, he should have dragged it up to 154 or fought Boots. You know what I'm saying? In that time period, just went ahead and fought Boots and then left the division. But he wanted undisputed, man.
Remember, it wasn't just Boots. He had Crawley, Stanionis, and
Virgil.
No, Virgil was not. It wasn't Virgil. Virgil was with the WBO. He didn't take the what's the name over at the other side. Right. You're right. Yeah, it was WBC. Who was the WBC guy? They kept pushing him back too. I can't remember. But anyway, regardless, at the end of the day, he had all those opportunities to fight people, and
Right.
Hoodridge bounce.
No, his device is disconnected. He'll be back on in a minute.
Okay. Cool. I dropped the link for Rachel too because I figured she might want to jump on here.
No doubt. Tell us what's going on in Vegas.
Might want part 3 of that barbecue.
Rachel sent me a picture of her
her wristbands. Her wristbands.
Yeah. Picture them wristbands. I was like, damn.
Showing everybody the wristbands, Rachel. You going to the fight? Got 4 of them too.
Yeah.
Was you in the?
Yeah, 4 of them things there.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about your BMW, Rachel.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of wish I went out there because I know Hoodrich is there, and I know Rachel's out there, and then
everybody out there,
and Dub was out there. I probably would have been all right if I'd have went.
Just buy a ticket tonight. You can buy a ticket tonight.
Roscott, where's 68 at? I got my highest access wristbands. Yo, I think Bradley King left, man. He just
he was here. He's still here.
He was here. I know he was, but I think he left.
Track, where you at? Yeah, because we took too long to get 154. That's what he wanted. Let me hit him up. So we just finished talking about 154. He's back. Watch.
But let me ask you guys in the chat a question, though, man, and ask you too, Ray. You know what I mean? And I pretty much know your answer. We talk too much for me not to know what your answer is going to be. But Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence. What do you guys think? Track here, there he's right there. He said, "I'm here." He said, "I'm here."
There you go. Never mind. I was about to text him.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence right now? Hoodrich is back.
Oh, there he is.
My bad, y'all. I was trying.
Don't ask me that question, Earl. I mean, I just called you Earl. Jeez. Don't ask me that question, Clay.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, Hoodrich, go ahead.
All right. No. I'm good.
Okay, I got a question for you, but what I asked was Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora. Do you think he's Errol doesn't like to do tune-ups. Do you think he's moving into that fight too quickly, too aggressively? Do you think he should take a tune-up, especially when you think about the fact that his trainer situation's kind of up in the air because him and Errol Spence, him and Derek James are at odds. He's talking about doing this fight in October, November. That's like what, 3-4 months away?
Yeah.
What do you think about him going in there with Sebastian?
That's the tricky part because I want to say he don't need a turn up, but after the beating, I feel like he do. But we know Earl not gonna do that, so I feel like he just gonna have to practice. He really gonna have to train his ass off, and then he gonna have to. All his sparring partners gonna have to be around Fundora height, because if he don't do that, it's gonna be a problem.
And is it safe to say that while he's before he starts cutting weight, it's safe for him to fight like maybe some of the taller middleweights or super middleweights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, how many let's be honest, right? Like how many sparring partners is there for Errol to really practice again? Because when Tim Tszyu was looking for sparring partners, it wasn't easy for him to find somebody who was 6'5". You know what I'm saying?
There's a couple over 6'3", 6'2". I mean, it's all go ahead.
Yeah. Like that's because like around that time, like you gotta like spar like light heavyweights. Like you're gonna have to.
Right.
You're gonna have to. Heavyweights or light heavyweights, and then I feel like even if you do spar heavyweights, it's going to help you way more because the punches is not Fundora punches is not going to be as hard as a heavyweight punch, but the height won't be there. So if you can take them shots while sparring a heavyweight, you good. But I still feel like Fundora going to give him problems with his arm reach, because that arm reach is long, real long.
I got it, Rachel. I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna check it out later. Thank you. Sure.
What y'all looking at?
She sent me some videos just of what it looked like out there in the strip in Vegas and the fanfare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I think. Listen, man. I don't know. First of all, I want to say that.
Right? Rachel.
I'm only thinking about Errol Spence's well-being, right? Like that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm like, damn, bro, you took this beating from Terrence Crawford. You had surgery on your eye. You didn't want to even take the fight with Terrence Crawford, or the PBC didn't want it, or didn't want to take the rematch. I'm talking about they wanted to do the rematch. because I'm assuming you were like, I want to get a tune-up or something, that I don't need to jump back in the ring with him. But now you're jumping. I just really believe it blew up in his face a little bit. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I think Tim Tszyu was supposed to be the fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think Sebastian Fundora was a big upset. And I just think a 6'5" dude with long arms like that is just an awkward fighter to fight for your first fight back.
Yeah.
And you're going up in a division at 154 pounds. You're not even at 147.
Right.
So we don't know how his body's going to adjust to all these different changes. And then you put on the fact that you got to get a trainer who's going to some new trainer who you guys are going to have to mesh together and have that kind of. I mean, does he need to be at his? Does Errol Spence need to be in his A game to beat Sebastian Fundora, or is a C game, B- game Errol Spence enough to get to Sebastian Fundora?
No, I feel like go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't think I have to be at his A game. I think I think Fundora has more holes than he does offense in his defense. He has more holes in his defense. I think Earl could exploit those things, and being that Earl's an inside fighter, he might have the opportunity to do that. And he actually has a pretty strong high guard when he does do those type of boxing matches. It is there for the taking. But also, if Earl just can't get past the jab, then it's over. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to at the end of the day. And I could just see the Brian Mendoza type victory again if that happens. As far as him getting a trainer, there are opportunities for him to get a trainer. I'll talk to you about that too later, Clay, or we can touch on it after this conversation when Hoodridge answers.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I feel like, and I agree with what you said, but I feel like he need to bring his A game because I feel like he need to make a statement after that performance that he had against Crawford. Because either way it go, you're going to have to fight Crawford. Because fight Crawford, like Crawford doing his thing at 154, Ray fighting Madrimov, and then they're going to run into each other because Crawford trying to chase the undisputed, and Spence is too. So they're going to run into each other again, but I feel like he really don't want that rematch, honestly, because they tried to flip the script and make it seem like, oh, it was Crawford that don't want it. Crawford feel like he don't, you feel me? But it really was Spence. Spence been going through that Derek James stuff.
Right. So can we I think I said that to you too, Clay, in a private conversation. I think I actually mentioned something like that. But I was thinking as far as trainers, I'm glad you mentioned the trainer, is it an opportunity? Because, you know, Earl, and I hate bringing this up, Clay gonna get mad at me, but the Charlos are close, and they both each have their own trainers outside of
my guy Blue.
Blue, you trying to get up and build with us tonight, man? Well, I don't care. I'm putting the link up, so boom. So
there it is.
You ain't doing nothing, you know damn well you need to hit that link.
But yeah, that's my brother right there, Blue.
For sure.
The building.
For sure.
But yeah, I think him being connected to the Charlos and them being all cool, each Charlos have their own trainers. You know what I mean? And I think he can find himself in one of their havens, or he can stay in Texas. I think what's the name? Garcia is really good for him. He even offered to have Earl come in and give him a look. I think Boozy works, Bozy. I'm sorry, I don't know where I got Boozy from. Bozy works, and I couldn't even see him going over and messing with the trainer that what's the name just went to when he left Derek James. AJ, that'll be a good spot.
Are you talking about Ben Davidson?
Ben Davidson, yeah.
Davidson got a little bit of a full.
Hey,
I think he's
the money's right. You know what I mean? People go with the money, Clay.
Yeah, but he's in England and he's working. He got Anthony Joshua's lining up something for September. You know what I'm saying? It's too close, September, and then you got Errol trying to line up something for October, November. I don't think, you know. I just picture Anthony Joshua as somebody who don't like sharing like that. You know what I mean? He's cool with it as long as it don't get in his way. But as soon as I think that's one of the reasons why he left Derek James was off the strength of I'm not sharing with Ryan.
He left because of that kid came in that camp, bro. I'm telling
Ryan?
you. Oh yeah. All that went sour. All that went sour when he got there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's him, but I agree with Bozy Ennis, even though I think it's kind of weird with Bozy Ennis because of Boots being there. I just think that's kind of like almost a little bit of a conflict of interest there. but maybe even like a Robert Garcia, Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe a Robert Garcia could kind of fit the bill for him a little bit and put him in position the way he needs to be. Or maybe even a dare I say Jose Benavidez Sr. You know what I'm saying?
They close too.
Right. They're right there. And right now they're in Miami though. You know what I'm saying? But they're really from out of Arizona. You know what I'm saying? That's really where they go. But he can go to Miami. I'm sure Errol ain't got no problem going to Miami. You know what I'm saying? To get a training camp going.
Coach Panda is in I think he's from Texas too, but
Coach Panda?
Yeah, I think he's from Texas. I think he resides in Florida, but he's from Texas. So he got some fighters in Texas. So that's another one.
Like, I feel like
I think Calvin might be a great coach, but I don't want to put nothing out there and Hilbert don't want to talk about.
Honestly, like I really feel like Spence gonna go to a coach that's like an old school coach. You feel me? That like he not in the limelight, but he got accolades type stuff.
Like a Ronnie Shields?
Yeah, but he already denounced that. I don't know why, but
he definitely did. That's what I was gonna say. He definitely did, and I don't know what was up with that either. But that's what he definitely chose to do.
That's a good coach. Sorry to cut you up, but that's a great coach, man.
Yeah, yeah. Errol needs Reynosa. I don't want to throw shots at Reynosa, but if Errol goes over there, bro, we're gonna need that Vada and solid over there with Errol, bro. If we go over to that camp, bro. You know what I mean? They're gonna see all the weaknesses that Errol coming with. Like, yeah, you a hurt dude, bro. You need to eat some of these tacos. 100%. These tacos right here is for you, bro. You need to eat these tacos. We can't be playing that game. You know what I mean? Get you on this steak, on this Mexican steak. You know what I'm saying? Pause. However that might sound. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the reality is Spence is focused on putting this fight together with Fundora. That's what he wants to see happen. So that's probably what's going to happen, right? Tune up, whether you want him to have a tune up or you don't think he should have a tune up, it don't matter. Spence looks like he's made his decision that he's trying to pack out Dallas Cowboys Stadium and he's trying to become a WBC junior middleweight champion. That's what he's trying to accomplish. So good luck to you, Errol. Hope that works out. Puts you right in the conversation because Errol Spence is able to collect the belt off of Sebastian Fundora. That definitely puts him in position because, as we know, Terrence Crawford and Ismail Madrimov are not only fighting for that WBA 154 belt and that WBO interim belt that will grow up into be a full belt once Sebastian steps in the ring with Errol, according to the WBC, according to Mauricio Suleiman on what he said. So he'll be a unified champion if Terrence is able to get through Ismail Madrimov, and that fight puts him as the mandatory for the W. Isn't that crazy that he's going to have a unified title and be a mandatory for the WBC title?
Yep.
The winner of that fight. So that right there lines them right up right there for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford to fight for a unification title. What do you guys think about that?
I think that would be the best way to handle it. That's what, at the end of the day, that's what they wanted was a rematch. So it just puts somebody one step closer to being undisputed at that division.
Now, at the same time, Tim Tszyu and Virgil Ortiz were supposed to be fighting for a mandatory to get at the WBA title, right? They're also supposed to be getting the winner of Terrence Crawford and Ismail Madrimov.
Right.
Would it be far? But obviously that's not happening now because Tim Tszyu wasn't even able to fight, which I don't even know. It looks like Virgil Ortiz just doesn't have a fight now, right? He's no longer on that card, if I'm correct, right?
Correct.
They just put Jared Anderson on there.
Yep.
And he's going to fight African. He's going to fight some African. And by the way, Jared Anderson brought in is now Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill's training Jared Anderson now. So
who
does that make
him for that?
I think he was dealing with some people from out of Shakur's camp, if I'm correct.
Oh yeah, Shakur Bravo. Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So now he's dealing with Sugar Hill. He has a heavyweight boxing trainer now. I don't want to jump out of the 154 division, but I'll just real quick just sidebar to say, does this make a difference? Does Sugar Hill make is he a game changer for Jared Anderson?
I feel like Jared already who he is. You feel me? Like he can change, but it ain't gonna be too much changing. Like he's still gonna be like a boxer type.
Right. He need.
Because he know.
But
And heavyweights can bang. He know that.
Tyson Fury was a boxer, and Sugar Hill was able to change him into a knockout guy.
Was he though?
I don't know that too. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe he wasn't.
Was it the gloves?
I mean, come on.
Was it spike in water?
We can't.
I'm just messing around.
Speculate. You know me. I don't do the conspiracies.
Nah, no, man. At the end of the day, I'm just saying. But no, at the end of the day, yeah, he can. He can. It all depends on what he's willing to do. I mean, once you go live on TV and Jared ain't Jared or whatever he said, don't want this. You know what I mean? That says a lot. And we obviously just seen that with another fighter who also had a meltdown on TV or in an interview, and his whole career has changed from being the aggressor that he was, single punch knockout, 10-time defending champion of the WBC at the heavyweight division, to literally losing his last two fights, convincingly, gun shy. So, him already going into camps or wherever he's going with that type of attitude, is he still going to be that guy? Can he accept change, first of all, in himself, to be the aggressor? Because right now, if he's crying saying he didn't want this, I mean, what did you want? Why are you still boxing if you didn't want this?
Well, I think maybe from my perspective, I think maybe with the change of Sugar Hill might be a new passion he has. Maybe he's wanting to level up now, and he's starting to take being a heavyweight champion and being the face of American heavyweight boxing seriously. And now he's willing to take the proper steps into upgrading his trainer. Keep in mind that Turki Al-Sheikh was the one who gave him the advice, who suggested that, right? So Turki's kind of let him know, like, yo, this is what you should do. This is what I want to see you do. You know how Turki speaks. I want to see Jared Anderson work with Sugar Hill, and all of a sudden he's with Sugar Hill, right? So this might be him seeing something that motivates him. Maybe he has some vested interest, even if it's the money that Turki's willing to offer him to fight. Maybe that's motivating him to want to become an active heavyweight fighter and become a champion just to impress Turki and get those bags that Anthony Joshua got, that Tyson Fury got, that Francis Ngannou got, put himself in position to get those kind of bags. And ultimately, at this point, if he is going to take his career, listen, you're either going to take your career seriously or you're not, because nobody wants to give you none of these fucking, especially dealing with Turki. This fight he got coming up with his African is probably going to be the easiest heavyweight fight he's going to give from Turki. Turki doesn't like to match make weak fights. He likes to make very competitive fights. You saw what Raymond Ford went through. He went and got a bag, but he had a hell of a fight on his hand to deal with Nick Ball. He didn't get no easy look. So he had to step it up if he's going to get involved in that, and this might be him stepping it up and wanting to take his career seriously.
Okay. And then
I got a question at the y'all finish. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You got it. It might be the same question. You first.
No, it ain't though. But like, this is going back to the lightweights, right? I mean, 140.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing buzzes. I'm hearing stuff around the wind. Well, Coach Calvin told me. Sorry, Coach Calvin, if you listen. I'm sorry. Coach Calvin told me we about to get Tiger versus Hitchins real soon.
Oh, that's gonna be a great fight.
What y'all think about that?
Please, Clay, hit the horn for that. Breaking news.
You blonde.
Gotta be on the channel. Hit that like button, y'all.
No, definitely, man. That is a great fight, bro. I hope that fight happens. That's what Hitchins needs. I think stylistically, that's a great fight. I think stylistically, that fight is a very entertaining fight. Tiger just had a subpar performance just recently, a couple of days ago, but he still won. He looked decent in there, but it wasn't. I don't think it was his best version of him. But the kind of fighter he is and the kind of fighter Hitchins is, I think that'd be a great fight.
Yeah, and like they really got like beef. So you feel me? Like both fighters asking for it. But I think Eddie Hearn. No, I think Bob Arum ain't trying to. It's something about the promoters that's going on that Turkey might gotta make it. You feel me?
I want to answer that question too. I want the answer to that question too. Truth.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
It's crazy because all this started last weekend at the Xander fight.
yeah, I seen that.
They was
Right.
going back and forth. He told Hitchins send him an offer, and you feel me? They ready, but I feel like it ain't gonna happen right away. It probably be like 2 fights or 3 fights later. I want that fight though, man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, right now Hitchins is inside that IBF ranking, and Subriel Matias and the Subriel Matias Liam Paro fight. He's supposed to be in line to fight the winner of that fight.
Right.
Now, I don't know if he wants to take that fight because the rehydration clauses and everything that come with the IBF title seems like he wasn't really comfortable with it, but it seems like his closest opportunity, his best opportunity at getting a title. So he might have to take that fight. So his next fight, I don't know if he would turn away from an opportunity to become a champion to go fight Tiger. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he would if he doesn't really want to fight for an IBF title. Who knows?
Fair enough. All right. Okay. I mean, they was getting at it in the stadium.
Yeah. We'll see what happens,
they,
man.
and it's crazy because I never knew that they didn't like each other. I never knew that, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. I never knew about that either. Definitely didn't know about that. But I know stylistically, that's a great fight. I know that. I don't know about their beef, but I know stylistically that would be a great fight.
And that fight, I gotta go with Hitchins, man. I got to.
You going with Hitchins? I don't know, bro.
Experience. I got to, man.
I think Tiger might get him, dog.
You think so?
Listen, man. Tiger, listen, bro. I don't know. Hitchins never showed me that power. You know what I'm saying? Tiger shows me the power a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got that pop. And he got a good jab. And he know how to pick his shots. Hitchins knows how to do that as well, but the difference maker might be that power. One thing I've learned to respect in this past year of boxing is respect the power, bro. Respect the power. Power changes shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Power makes a difference, especially when you're dealing with fighters who are anywhere near the same caliber of fighter. Power makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I could definitely see Hitchins winning the fight for sure, but I could see Tiger doing it too as well. I could definitely see Tiger taking the win. You know what I mean? Hitchins didn't show me nothing impressive in his last fight against that Argentinian, bro. That dude was hitting him with all types of shit.
Yeah, expose him.
So
expose him.
He said he said Calvin not telling you nothing anymore. Man, that's down there my damn uncle, man.
That's your uncle, but your uncle gonna be talking about them damn the Miami Heat, the Mavericks, and the Celtics. He's gonna be talking about Islam. He ain't telling you nothing about no damn boxing news. No damn. He gonna be I was breakfast this morning. Let's talk about that.
Right. So
speaking of basketball, man, my team just lost.
Who you rocking with? The Mavs?
Yeah.
Are you a Dallas fan?
No, I'm a Warriors fan, but I'm rooting for the Mavericks on this one.
Okay. So my question was, and actually I just want to go back to Jared real quick, and y'all can jump off it because I know we left it real quick. So I don't see much out of Jared. I don't see him as being anything special. And the reason why I say that is I look at the top 10. I'll say top 8. Who does he beat?
Right, that's true.
You know what I mean? Who does he beat up there? Is he does he have any? I don't think he has any size advantages over anybody. All he has is the boxing ability. But all those guys are killers up there, especially that top 8, man, from Joseph Parker down. Like, you can go higher than that. You know what I mean? Or lower in the top 10. Bro, I don't see him beating none of those guys. So he has to prove something to me with getting into that division, fighting somebody on the elite status. And like you said, Clay, Turkey only giving him a lightweight fight.
Yeah, this fight that he getting right now.
I'm sorry, not lightweight, easy fight.
This fight right here is the easiest fight he's gonna get, and this African dude ain't playing, but he should beat this dude. This is definitely a let's get you acclimated. Let's let you and Sugar Hill gel. You know what I'm saying? Before we put you in there. But after that fight, I think he's legitimately looking at a Najit Kabayel, or you know what I'm saying, or he's looking at what's my boy's name?
What's up, 2 Cents?
What's the African dude's name, man?
Who
look kind of look like Deontay a little bit.
F.A.
Yeah, F.A. Agjiba, right? I see that fight being a realistic fight for him.
Yeah.
I don't know where Luis Ortiz is sitting right now. You know, he on that Cuban time, so he might be available as well. So at some point,
King Kong Ortiz,
maybe.
Weren't they supposed to fight though?
Well, he wanted to fight King Kong Ortiz. He actually had called him out a little bit, but I don't know how realistic that fight was going to be. Yo, salute 2 Cents. Salute.
Yeah, I don't know if that becomes. See, that might be a winnable fight for him because of Ortiz's age. I think the age on Ortiz helps him. I don't think Ortiz 5 years ago he beats. Now, like Ruiz, and I'm not trying to say that because they're both Spanish, but Ruiz would be a better fight for him. More stylistically than me, in my opinion.
Right.
That would be a good fight.
Or maybe he get in there with somebody who needs to make a move back right now. The dude who just lost against Ajit. What's my man name? Frank Sanchez.
Okay.
That could be a fight for him right there, just to get back into the conversation. But he definitely needs to level up. He needs to start training like a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He needs to start getting heavyweight acumen about him, you know what I'm saying, to get in the ring with these guys that are up there, because right now the heavyweight division is resurging, bro. Like it's getting very competitive up there.
Yeah, and like the thing I don't like that he doing is like he's small, like he sparred smaller guys a lot,
right?
A lot. You feel me? So it like I don't know if that's gonna mess him up in the long run, because I feel like he's trying to be like a slick heavyweight when that's not gonna work, bro. Like 100%. It is, but it's not. You feel me? Like it is, but it's not, because you so focused on sparring Shakur, learning what Shakur do. Shakur in a whole different battle. You feel me? They have to be slick. They have to be fast. They have to have feet moving. They have to have a basic heavyweight. You just need a good punch, and you good. You seen Deontay Wilder. That's all you need is a punch, and you straight.
Yeah, I just got a text from people in Vegas. Read me posting my fight wristband's weight. Is that fight here in Vegas? Oh, God.
Right? I'm reading it at the same time. Yo, that's funny, Rachel. That's hilarious.
I keep saying this, Jared Anderson is food. He's not serious. Listen, Jared Anderson just made a power move with Sugar Hill. He's now working with Sugar Hill, man. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what, I'm the type of guy who's like, show me. You know, try true is my mantra. You know what I'm saying? If he's not that guy, put him in the ring with somebody who's going to show him that he's not the guy. Because his record, he's undefeated. He's got a lot of knockouts. He's athletic. He's got a lot of boxing skills. He just hasn't shown that he's able to go ahead and fight with the big heavyweights yet. But now he's got access to Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill has access to a lot of heavyweight sparring partners. Sugar Hill is not going to be sitting there trying to train that boy over there with Shakur Stevenson. He's going to pull that boy out of that gym, you know what I'm saying, out of Texas, and he's going to bring him over to where he at, and he's going to put him in there. He's already sparred Tyson Fury a couple times. Tyson Fury and him have a great relationship. So I think he gets that guidance as well. I think there's some possibilities for Jared Anderson, man. I just think there's possibilities for him. But I could say the person who he is right now is not enough. That's for sure. He needs to add layers to his game. Right. He needs to bring some different things. The question is, can he adapt? Can he learn? And can he implement new techniques? Is Sugar Hill going to be able to penetrate, pause, you know what I'm saying, whatever he got going on, and introduce him to that Sugar Hill style, to that Emmanuel Stewart Sugar Hill created, you know what I mean? What is it called? Crunk boxing. What is it called? I guess nobody on the panel knows it, but that style, that that they invented over.
That style is that.
There's a name to the style. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know if it's like boxing or crunk something.
Say crunk.
I don't know. Y'all gonna make me
right? The Lennox Lewis.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh,
drunk style.
Something. No, it's a style of that Emmanuel Stewart really kind of invented, and that's what
is crafty, conventional, unconventional. I'm trying to think of the rest. I don't know off the top of my head though.
I don't know. It's an acronym.
Oh, it's the Crunk Gym. Oh, what's the Crunk Gym? That's what it's called.
The Crunk Gym.
Yeah, with a K, KRONK Gym, a factory of champions.
Oh, the Kronk.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what kind of information. Crunk it up, the art. Yeah, Crunk it up, the art of technical aggression. Stewart was a pure boxer, forced and believed in a lot in sparring, the best of training, long sessions, and at high pace. Does Crunk Gym know that others don't? They have a philosophy of getting knockouts and want all their fighters get the most out of each punching power. Yeah, so they're known for working with power. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're known for doing. So yeah, man, we'll see what Jared's gonna say. But let me ask you guys this question. You know what I mean? As we're getting towards the end of the evening, because we're definitely there, we're 2.5 hour mark.
Yes, sir.
So Xander Zayas the other night, and we're talking about the 154-pound weight class division. He performed the other night. He didn't really give a very exciting performance. Lackluster, but he still won. In my opinion, he showed his boxing skills. I don't think it was lackluster in the sense of where he looked bad. I think that people kind of getting used to him stopping people, and they wanted him to stop this guy, and he didn't. But what's the next step for Xander Zayas? You know what I'm saying? Where does he go right now if he's trying to get in that conversation?
Go ahead, Rich.
You might.
I'll go. Here's the thing. I think that they brought him along just fine. I think they built him up. I think the competition he just fought was supposed to be a former contender of some interim belt, Textura, right?
Mm-hmm. Patrick, yep.
He's no longer the you know what I mean? Like he's basically that guy was in his prime. He's no longer the boxer he used to be, and they're cherry picking these fights for him. And the only thing that can do is end up bad. I think the kid has talent. I think he's able to win. You know what I mean? He could move into the next portion of his career, taking into the A-level fighters instead of the B and C level fighters, and move into the next portion of his career and still be successful. I think that he definitely needs to step up. Actually, Truth just said the same thing. Better competition. He needs this. He doesn't need like somebody A class. Like when I say A class, I mean the elite. He just needs somebody that's you know what I mean. Let me see. We was just in the division, right?
Does he need to tap into that top 10
right
at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. I think somebody like a Jesus Ramos would be a good fight. I think we were talking about this. Josh Kelly. I forgot who I told you would be
Charles Conwell. I like Charles Conwell personally.
Who did I tell you would be his best fight? I literally told you this the other day. I said, that'd be a really good fight between the both of them.
Not Erickson. Erickson?
No, it wasn't Lubin.
Erickson Lubin, my guy. We be gambling together. That's my guy.
I think I had told you. I said their styles will clash very well. And he was like, yeah, I could see that. Who was it? It was might have been Jesus. No, it wasn't Jesus Ramos.
I think it was Jesus Ramos, I'll be honest with you.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was somebody else. But it's cool. Either way.
He already fought, right?
No, not yet. Xander hasn't fought no top dudes yet. This will be the time for him to get involved in that day. He wants to be in that conversation. On that fight the other night, he was calling out the big names. He said Virgil, Terrence.
He's not ready yet, man.
No, I know he's not. But he needs it. But what fight does he take to get in that conversation, to get him ready? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He needs to get ready. If he's talking about doing fights like that, he can't be fighting no damn Patrick Teixeiras. They ain't gonna get him there.
154.
I'm saying it's hard to pick. Bro, the division is tough.
They're gonna have to throw him in there, man,
Right.
and hope for the
I think,
best.
So yeah, you're gonna have to
I
throw him
think,
in there against
I think it was, did I say Josh? It was Josh. No, it wasn't Josh Kelly. It was
you
I
think
did.
Brian Mendoza?
It might have been Jesus Ramos,
I think it was Jesus Ramos. I ain't gonna
or was
lie.
it Brian Mendoza?
I think either one of those fighters fit the
Brian
bill.
Mendoza, yep.
Yep.
That's who you throw him in there with, yep. Brian Mendoza.
You throw him in there with Brian, that puts him.
You know what? Even easier, and I'm not saying easier like elite fighter of the division, Kalen Wash.
Oh
Walsh.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
good fight for him. That's a good
yep.
stepping fight.
That's a great fight for him, yep.
That's a great fight for him.
I agree. Yeah, man. He needs to start fighting some common opponents.
Right.
You know what I mean? Opponents that the fighters he wants to fight have fought.
Right.
Yeah,
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
What is your prediction Saturday?
All right, let's get it, man.
For who? Which fight?
For the whole card.
I'm just messing with you. The whole card?
For Benavidez, Tank, and Gary
by the way,
Russell.
on the prelim, one of the free fights, I'm telling y'all right now, one of the fights is going to be one of the best fights of the night, in my opinion, is going to be Elijah Garcia versus Chiron.
I feel like Chiron washed up, man.
It's going to be a good fight, though, man. Elijah Garcia is in his prime doing his thing right now. Chiron's going to be a good dancing partner for him, bro. He's going in there with Breadman. I think that's going to be a underrated fight. That's going to be a good fight.
By KO, Tank by KO.
I think Elijah wins, too, by the way.
On
that fight. But we can go on the main card. Stay on the main card.
All right, so let's do main. You doing main card. So I'm going to go with Russell. I'm going to go Gasha with the upset there.
Gusha,
Gasha.
Yeah.
I'm going Frank Martin for the win. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that because her Richards on here. I actually do think
ain't no bad blood if you do, bro.
No. I think Tank stops him in the 8th. Now I might bet on Frank Martin for the win, but I'm not
because of those odds.
Yeah, for the odds, but I'm not. No. I think Tank stops him in the 8th round with a body shot. I literally been calling that punch.
My man. Me and you really think alike, low key.
You know that. You know what they say. David Benavidez, I think, wins with a narrow victory. I don't think he dominates. I think it's a narrow victory, and I think the spoiler might be showing that he really has to grow into that division. I think this is going to be a tough fight, and it's going to be some adversity for David Benavidez in this fight. Puello, I do think he has a chance, but I just think Gary goes in there to seek and destroy. And I think he hits him with something that the dude ain't gonna be ready for, and it may just be earth shattering. You got Terrell, Gasha, and Carlos Adames.
You said Gasha. You said the upset.
Yeah, you already said.
I was gonna say, I think Gasha gets the upset. I think he does. I mean, I think the 3 losses speaks for themselves. They're not like bad losses. And I know Adames lost. And I just don't think that he has the ability to really keep Terrell back. I think Terrell's jab, you know what I mean, is going to lead the way into that fight and overcome the ability of and slow down actually Adames. I think it's going to slow him down in his activity.
Okay. Yeah, I'm leaning towards. I'm not leaning towards. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've gone up from 60-40 to like a 65-70-30, 65-35. I think I think Tank just brings too much experience to the table. I think that I'm wondering. I actually have a question, but I'm not going to ask you that question because that'd be messed up for you to answer it. So
no, ask me, man. Ask me. I'm in a good mood right now.
What do you think the chances of Tank starting the fight off? You know, kind of like Terrence Crawford did with Errol Spence, as far as like starting early, not taking too long to start, like he normally, takes his time before he really, implements his game plan. What do you think the chances are of Tank starting this fight off a little quicker than normally, like starting the pressure early on Frank Martin?
This is my response. Nobody Nobody told me what they're gonna do about this or nothing. This is my personal response.
Mm.
I feel like everybody expecting the wrong Tank to come. I feel like he going. I feel like he gonna start from 1 to 12, but it ain't gonna last to 12.
Yeah, yeah. I think the same thing. That's what I believe in my heart. I believe that I believe he's gonna start early and try to get that. He's gonna make Frank have to adjust early. I think there's a well-known understanding across the boxing space that Derek James's fighters don't adjust well in fights. They don't adjust, and I think Tank and Calvin are going to tap into that and force him to try to get him to adjust early, the same way Terrence tried to force Errol Spence to adjust early, and he's going to see if he can get Frank out of there early by making him make some mistakes early, like get him out of there in like between the 4th and the 6th round. You know what I'm saying?
And my bad to cut you off, bro, but and then again, it's not just Tank and Frank fighting. Coach Calvin trying to beat Derek James. Derek James is his favorite coach, so it's about to be a mental game with a physical. You feel me?
Wow.
Yeah. It's gonna be like the Indianapolis Colts playing against the Baltimore Ravens when Peyton Manning and Ray Lewis was on the field. It used to, like, every time you seen them play against each other, it was like audibles going on the whole game. You just saw Peyton Manning adjusting what Ray was doing, Ray was adjusting what Peyton was doing, and it would take forever. Like every snap was like on the 2 seconds, 2 seconds left on the clock, 1 second left on the clock for the snap. It was always like that.
Yeah. So, Derek James is his favorite coach, you feel me? He won to beat him, you feel me? But like he never had the chance of going up against him. It's just so happened to be the biggest fight right now that happened this year, you feel me? So
Right.
Man,
Agree.
I really hope Frank Martin don't come, like, show up. I really hope he bring the Michelle Rivera fight, that type.
Yeah. And I literally said, I wouldn't be surprised. And I said we might see Tank for the first time sit on his pockets because of the ring rust. And then he turns around and wins this fight. Like I said, 8th round. It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm a chime in and tell you why I don't think that's going to be the case. Because honestly, I can say that I've seen ever since he got out of jail, he been in the ring. You feel me? But not on TV. He been in the ring and like really going 15 rounds, 20 rounds, that type. The old back in the days type stuff.
Okay.
And it been against elite people. Like elite sparring people. That's, you feel me? Like elite fighters that just happen to be sparring that day.
Right.
A lot of people, man. That's why I said I don't think ring rust is gonna be a factor.
Okay. That's fair.
So I got Tank winning, beating Frank probably. Like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, between 4 and 6. You know what I'm saying? What's the shot gonna be? Probably something towards the body. But at the same time, Frank could be very defensive about his body, very prepared to protect it. And I could see Tank also tapping that chin and catching him off the strength of that, just feinting to the body and then catching him with something up top, just off the paranoia alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like Frank definitely gonna touch him though. I know that. Everybody know that he gonna touch him a couple times, but it ain't gonna be nothing crazy though.
Right.
Okay.
As far as David Benavidez and Gvozdyk is concerned, I ain't gonna lie. I think David Benavidez is gonna beat the shit out that dude, bro. I don't think that's gonna be a competitive fight. I think David Benavidez and Gvozdyk have too much of a history. I think David Benavidez knows him. And I think more importantly, Gvozdyk knows David Benavidez, and he knows he can't. I think he's going into this fight knowing he can't beat David. That's what I believe.
It feel like to me that like he just happy to be there. You feel me? That's I got that feeling with him. I feel like he gonna try to stay away from him as much as possible and keep him at a distance. But
yeah, Ty, I am rooting for Frank. I'm definitely rooting for Frank to win that fight, but I don't think he's gonna win though. Like I told you, it's Jaime Munguia, Canelo shit. You know what I mean? I was rooting for Jaime, but I knew Canelo was coming. So
Frank a good dude though, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm rooting for him, bro. I'm definitely rooting for him. I like the underdog shit. I think it's gonna be balanced. I think if Tank were to take a loss, I think it would just put the whole division in in a whole different perspective, and it would just bring a craziness out of Tank. I think Tank comes back like a fucking bat out of hell.
Oh yeah,
starts really fucking trying to knock motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? So
more playing.
I think he would get crazy. I think he would just start, fighting certain people that maybe he wouldn't. But right now, he's on a whole entire fight all the people that he's supposed to be fighting campaign. So I don't know how much that would change. But yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Frank. But I think Tank is going to take it.
If it is though, like if it is like a person to do that, I don't think Frank is the one.
Yeah, I think it would be Shakur personally. But
I don't even think Shakur. I don't even think it's going to be in that division.
Okay, 140.
I feel like honestly, I might sound crazy when I say this, bro. But like somebody fussing right behind me. But I feel like Shakur gonna be his easiest fight, bro. I don't know why, bro.
Okay.
That's news.
No doubt. All right, so now David Benavidez, I done said, is going to wash Gvozdyk. That's what I think. I think he's going to wash him inside of 5 rounds. Yes, that's what I believe. And I think he's coming in there to do that. Carlos Adames and Debush, the Bausch, is that his name? How you say his last name? Gosha, right? Gosha. Okay. I don't know, man. I haven't really seen Gosha really fight like that. But I've never really been that impressed with Carlos Adames. I'll be honest with you. I've never been that impressed with him. I don't think it's far-fetched at all that'd be the upset of the night. But I think on paper, Carlos is supposed to win. I don't really got a pick in that fight like that, man. It's a fight that I just want to see and see what happens. But I'll root for Gaucha because I like that Ohio underdog type of shit. You know what I mean, that he got going. And Carlos Adames was just given a WBC title pretty much because Jamel let those titles go. So or Jamal, right? 160. I'm sorry, right? It was Jamal, right? So
yeah,
right. So I'll probably root for Gaucha, whatever his name is, but I don't know who's going to win that fight. I'm not that familiar with Gaucha like that. But I've never been that impressed with Carlos Adames. I'll be honest with you.
Facts. Me too. Facts.
You know what I mean? I've just never been. So I think he's there to be beat by somebody. Somebody gonna beat him.
But like when y'all see Saturday, like how crazy, like.
Wait, hold on. Let me just do that. Gary Antoine, and I think Gary Antoine washes this dude too, bro. I think he puts this dude out of there inside of 5 rounds as well.
Okay.
Yeah, though, like I was saying, like I just feel like when y'all see like how pause. I feel like when y'all see like how long his bag is, like his bag, so much tools in the bag. Man, I'm telling y'all, bro, like it's time, bro. Like everybody, but they get it. The contracts going around, man.
No doubt. But fellas, I ain't gonna lie, it's getting around that time. I see Ray Davis' eyes keep rolling the back of his damn head. So tonight was a great night.
I responded to you every single time. I'm on the phone.
Oh, is that you or me? I think my connection might be weird right now or something, but we're back on point though. We're good. Everybody moving.
I said no. I'm always on the phone. Like I think you.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. I know,
bro.
Yeah, that is Hood Rich up here, freaking flyer. But guys, this has been a great panel, great boxing talk as usual. The conversation was intriguing. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys showing up on the panel. I mean, well, Ray's over here, but shout out to Hood Rich. Appreciate you coming up the panel tonight. Shout out to everybody who showed up in the chat tonight. We had a pretty decent little turnout. I know a lot of people were running a lot of lives tonight because of the press conference.
Yeah.
I know how that goes. But I always appreciate whoever shows up. And guys, we're almost there, man. We're working it and we're trying to get to that 1,000. We're doing the cash giveaway once we hit that 1,000 subscribers. So we're getting closer to that. Please remember to hit the like buttons on your way out. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. But I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat is subscribed.
Right.
Anything you want to say, Ray, before we bounce?
No, I just think we're in for an interesting summer event with boxing. I think boxing is going to show us something that we've been waiting for. I think this whole year, we thought 2023 was great. 2024 is turning up to be something even better. Yes, we started off slow with some of the main fights, but I have to say, no matter how slow it started, every fight that I think I've seen this year has been worthwhile. Surprises, and victory, um, putting on good contests, good matchups, things of that nature. I just think that we've been spoiled this year, and hopefully we continue to get spoiled, and we don't have too much of the nonsense going on with the judges and the refs and all that, and the state, and I mean even some of the clean tactics. And I'm not taking shots at anybody. I'm just saying like just keeping everything clean. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. But I think this is going to be in. I think we're going to be in for a great next 2 weeks in boxing. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
No doubt. What about you? You good? You good, Rich? Anything you wanna say to people? You out in Vegas? You know what I'm saying?
2 things to say, man.
Go ahead.
The first thing I got to say, man, GTD, man. Just watch how easy this fight be, man. And then y'all me look at them different. And another thing, I've been seeing a lot of Frank Martin fans came out of nowhere. I've been seeing a lot of y'all, man. I don't know if it's the Haney fans coming. I don't know. Like, you feel me? I don't know. But hopefully, y'all putting some money down on Frank Martin on this. Y'all see here plus 400 and something. If y'all really believe in him, put y'all money on dog. You feel me? Like, put y'all money on him. And one last thing I got to say, man. There's a YouTube out here called Southpaw TV, right?
Oh man, horrible.
Garbage.
He a Tank fan, right?
He a Tank fan. Supposedly.
He a Tank fan, right? But he the biggest Tank fan, but Tank don't even fuck with dude. You feel me? Like, he don't, and I'm here personally to tell him this. You feel me? Like, he don't. You keep talking about his nails and all that, bro. I do my nails, but I don't color them. Like they like the clear type. You feel me? I'm a clean man. You feel me? I got a wife, I got a kid, I got all that. You feel me? But just because you don't do it, it don't make another nigga. You feel me? It don't make another person gay, bro. You feel me? Like,
Southpaw's been saying that.
Yeah, man, he's been going crazy.
He talking about Tank?
Yeah, he was like, man,
that's kind of crazy. I can't believe that. The way the Tank must have outed him or something. Something must have happened.
No, like, it's not like that. Like, he just was like, Tank my favorite fighter. Everybody know that, but the only thing I disagree with is him painting his nails. Like, no man should paint their nails. That's exactly what he said. And I'm like, bro, I know a lot of people that do it. You feel me? Like,
that's actually a new. I don't know when it became, but that's been a new thing for like the last.
You feel me? Like, just because you don't do it, bro, it don't make. You feel me? That's all I got to say, bro. He keep popping up in GTD shirts. We don't fuck with him over here. Weirdo. He a weirdo, man.
That's word. I think that's good to know because he the biggest fan ever. I don't know.
No, he ain't no damn fan. He's a troll.
Yeah, he a clown, man.
That too.
He a clown, bro. Like, he go off on him. Like, he talk about people's kids. That's not right, bro. Like,
he do a lot. Yeah, you know what that is? That's soft, man. That's somebody being soft. That they looking to get into your your feelings.
Yeah,
I mean, and I ain't gonna lie though. I used to be cool with him, but like, I ain't know this much. You feel me? I don't like look at people. Like, I don't listen to what people say and then judge them. I got it. You feel me? And he was saying like, man, it was cool, but he started getting weird, man. I don't know, man. Out of nowhere, but
I think he's a crazy stan, bro. I think he's dangerous. I'm gonna be real with you. I think the kind of fan he is a very weird. You know what I mean? He the kind of fan who wants your underwear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like, God forbid, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, God forbid, bro. Like, I don't wish harm on nobody, but bro, if he keep doing stuff like that, then like he be make like his videos on his YouTube running up, punching on Haney fans, Canelo. Like, it's just clown stuff, bro. Like, it's boxing, man. Like, somebody going do something to him one day that he can't come back from, bro.
I know. He pushed it to that limit. Trust me, I've seen him do it. He pushes it to that limit. So
like That's a weird dude, bro. Like, I don't know what's good, bro, but that's all I had to say tonight, man. Peace out to y'all, man. Salute to the chat. Get my man, get my man Claymore to it. You feel me? 1K.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And on that note,
we out.
We out, bro.
So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't come it down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't slow it down. Ooh, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the fashion right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up before it. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud.